Laredo, take us out.
Take her out.
All right. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Geek out with us live where the nerdiness will thrive. Buckle up and let's go off-world. Toys, comics, pop culture news, movies and so much more. Matthew, Jesse, Curtis, and Sean are your guides on this fun-filled tour. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go off-world tonight.
Woohoo! We're off-world. Welcome to OffWorld version 2.0. It's fully loaded. We're ready to go. Sean, how you doing today?
I am all right. It's been a long week for some reason. I don't know. It just feels like it's been a while. But otherwise, I'm okay. How about you, Curtis?
I am doing most excellent. We have three of our 2.0 OffWorld crew members with us. Joe Gonzalez. Joe, how are you doing, sir?
Fantastic. Just happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. Greg,
Absolutely.
hey Greg, how you doing, sir?
What's going on, gentlemen? You know, living the dream.
Yeah.
Wake up, it's a nightmare. Oh, my God.
I never said what kind of dream it was.
Exactly.
You know, it's a dream. I like to leave it at that.
That works. That works.
That's as positive as I can be.
And
Right on the
rounding
neutral
out,
line, right there.
rounding out the show, we've got Christopher Kelly. Chris, how you doing,
Yeah,
sir?
happy to be back, guys. How's everybody?
We are excited. It's Friday. We're gonna have some fun. So,
Hell yeah.
so starting off, we are going to go through some show pickups. So, or show off our pickups. Sean, you got anything for us?
I actually do. I wanted to
Oh,
surprise
nice.
you because, sometimes I surprise you and I'm the bad guy. I have nothing. So this week,
If you pull out a Panther, I'm gonna shit my pants. Just so you know.
no, that was definitely the whole should I or should I not for a week, and it ended up being a not for me, unfortunately. So if I want it later, I'm screwed, and I know that.
Yeah.
But this is Masters related, actually.
Okay.
I ended up getting for a really decent price on eBay.
That's nice.
I got the original first release Beastman because they never did a re-release as far as I know. So I got him in the mail just the other day, which made me happy. And then Mythic Legions wise, or I should say Figure Obscura.
What do you consider to be a good price on him nowadays? Because I haven't priced it in a while, but the last time I saw it, he was very pricey.
I paid $70 for him.
Holy crap! That's
That's
great.
why I grabbed them. That's why I grabbed them.
That is great.
Any other one I've seen has been at least 100. And back in the day, like when I was really hardcore into classics, I want to say he went up to almost 200 at one point.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's a
when
great
I saw
deal.
that, I'm like 70. Yeah, I'm doing this. So really happy to get him back in the collection. And then I finally, now he's gonna fall. I finally opened this bad boy.
Ooh, very nice.
Retailer exclusive Headless Horseman, which is freaking gorgeous. And this is going to be the one that I'm going to display. I have the original. That one, I'm thinking I might do a head swap on the Horseman himself and make him maybe like a skeleton kind of dude or something. So then that way I can have a little bit of a switch up. But this one is definitely the one with the glow in the dark features, which I really want to test out this weekend. So I'm going to
awesome.
turn all the lights off in the basement and see what happens.
That's cool. I got mine. I picked mine up at Legions Con because I had ordered it through Len and Wolf King. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So I haven't opened it up yet because it was already post, Halloween. So I left it as a kind of a Halloween for next year present for myself. So I'm going to open mine next year, but I'm the same way. I love the first version. But the newer one with the green really speaks to me. I played a lot of World of Warcraft earlier in my life, and they've got a headless horseman in that game that has more of the neon green stuff going on, and so that one really speaks to me. That's cool. So
yeah, really happy with that one. So
beautiful, nice couple pickups.
Yeah. There you go. See, I told you I'd give you a surprise today.
That was good, especially that Beastman price. That is definitely surprising.
Only for 70. That's all I can say about that.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Sean, are you doing the Masterverse at all?
No, I'm pretty much if it's classics, I try to go that route. Because that's where I started the collecting again with classics, and I like those bucks better. And I don't need all the ultra articulation, like the knees and all that stuff. It's like the way the Horsemen did it for these are like the perfect extension of the childhood for me. So I like what they're doing with some of that stuff, but it's just I'm still happy with classics as is, though.
Yeah. Well, Joe, I know we talked yesterday, and you had a pretty busy week with some pickups. You want to go ahead and give us yours?
I did, and I actually forgot a couple of them, so I'll go through all the stuff that I went through yesterday.
The next hour is all Joe. We'll get back to the show later.
I wish I had that much, but Target's Black Friday sale. I was able to snag the 3 D&D cartoon figures. Yeah, I had the previous ones that were from Walmart, so I was able to finish that off. Because they were all for under $10 a piece from Target, so that was good. I snagged an owl bear for 15, which I thought was a really good deal.
That's
for
nice.
The owl bear.
Yeah.
I haven't opened it up yet, but I'm anxious to check it out. Thanks to our good friend Jesse Arnold, he snagged me the con exclusives at the con.
Nice.
So got those in. Really excited to get those open, but I waited so that I could put them on the show. And then I got my retailer exclusive Headless Horseman and Father Christmas.
Nice.
And I didn't wait on those because they have fancy boxes. I opened them already. Really impressed with the Father Christmas. The vibe I actually get is like the Ghost of Christmas Present from the Christmas Carol. For the look. I'm really impressed with it. I actually like it a lot. Maybe better than the original one.
Yeah, that's the thing with those the retailer versions of the figure obscuras have actually been really good. Like they're not just simple repaints. A lot of times I end up liking the second version better than the first even. They're doing a real good job with that. So
this time
by the way,
around,
we got one dropping tomorrow, so we need to talk about that later in the show too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the stuff that,
go ahead. I thought you were done.
No, the stuff that I forgot. I picked up a Pumra.
Oh, nice.
I had wanted this guy for a while, and I really like the soft goods and just what they did with the character. I think it's just a cool looking Thundercats figure, and he was on sale for $20, I think, from Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, so I snagged him for $20.
Yeah,
$21.
We're gonna talk about these figures on sale, and we're gonna give Greg an aneurysm.
Right, but this one I actually paid full price for, but I think it was worth it. So I got the robotic Rocksteady just because I really wanted it. Yeah, I don't even
huge.
It is really big. I don't even collect Turtles figures. I just saw this and I was like, I want the robot ones just because they speak to me on some odd level. I'll probably end up displaying them with my classics. Just because I don't have any other of those Turtles Ultimates, but I just really wanted those. So I had gotten those in and actually forgot about them.
You could probably flub them in with your Cosmics if you wanted to. Make them a space robot rhino.
I could, but I'm a completist, so nothing touches my horseman shells. You know,
gotcha.
Like it's only 4 horsemen on those shells. Anything else feels a little dirty. You know. So.
Gotcha. What about you, Greg? What do you got for us?
When I get nothing crazy. Just one little thing came in.
Nice. Good old Ripper.
So he came in Wednesday. Opened him up at work. So I opened my toys to get rid of all the garbage.
Yeah, he's a good one.
And then I got some stuff that came in from Brian Blaze. He painted some stuff for me.
Yeah,
I got to finish off my my Northern Alliance over here that I got.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, that's cool.
So I got to put that together this week. That was fun.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Chris, what about you? You got anything?
Yeah. So I will tell you guys, usually for me from November 1st through Christmas is a blackout period. I usually don't buy anything because I'm helping fund Santa Claus. I've got 3 boys, 7, 9, and 11. But about 3 weeks ago, I was like, I got a couple things in my pile of loot. Let me ship that. And I don't know, it got lost in somewhere around Detroit. It finally showed up this week. And then my comic book shop guy called me. He's like, hey, I got your new wave of Joes. I'm like, oh, all right. And then also my wife's like, what did you buy from Target? There's a box on the front step. So like everything hit this week. So for a guy who doesn't buy anything at all during this period, so I got the one non-Joe thing I got in my pile of loot, the Chun-Li from Jada Toys.
Oh, so Jada, I need to get that.
You know, and actually I just saw before I hopped on here, they were teasing at some convention Wave 4, which has got Blanca and I think Sagat. I don't remember if Dawson's in Wave 3, but I really liking this line. So excited to get her open this weekend. Then we got from Target the Python Patrol. There we go. A Python Patrol.
Trouble
Bubble.
Nice.
With the Televiper. And then they got the Trooper and the Copperhead. So here's Copperhead. Always liked this paint job on Copperhead. Always thought he looked pretty cool. And then the other Trooper, which is funny. I don't know if you guys know, originally they had confused in the 80s the Trooper and the Officer because of the gear that they had on. And then they tried correcting that on the classified line, and they ended up making a mistake and titling them both Officer. So, it's just funny. They tried to fix it after all these years, and it, still messed up.
Still screwed it up.
We got Tunnel Rat, Shockwave. I'm telling you, for somebody who's not supposed to be buying anything right now, this is bad. Buzzer.
Yeah.
And then, I troop build the. I know they're only supposed to be called Steel Court now, but I got a whole bunch of these in. I think I'm actually selling my Action Force. This speaks to me more, so I think I'm going to be letting those go. But yeah, that was a busy week for me. That
was a lot of stuff.
This is supposed to be blackout period, right? I'm not supposed to buy anything between now and.
Yeah, well, the mailman determined that's a lie.
3 big boxes.
We got Stig in
my
here.
wife just rolls her eyes. She
says Chris is broadcasting from the moon.
From the moon.
Yeah. Speaking of the chat, we've got quite a few folks in here. We got Brick Something. He really liked on the promo photo Sean's expression while giving the middle finger. So we've got
the happiest man in the world giving the bird.
We've got Wholesome Warlock in here. We've got Billy Beige. Let's see. Joe Gonzalez is in the chat as well as on the screen. We got
Love that
Recon Rage.
Double
Blake.
dude.
Eddie is here. Let's see. Sig, obviously, we've pulled his up. There's Benny. Benny's here. And Hedgehog just popped in. So, cool. Thanks everybody that's joining us live and anybody that watches on the replay. I do have a couple things. I also got the Dreadnoks in, which Greg showed Ripper, so I won't show him. But I do have Buzzer came in as well.
Nice.
He looks really cool. The only thing I didn't really like about these two was the glasses don't fit really well. Like they don't stay on there. I actually glued these on. So
Mine's are pretty good on this guy. They're pretty on.
Yeah, they stay on without anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I glued that on him, and then for Ripper, I just got him holding them. But they look really cool. I love the Dreadnoks. I'm not.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not getting. The postman's not working overtime delivering my Joes like Chris is. But I do like the Dreadnoks for sure. And then today, just so I could have something else to open on the show, I did open up the Super 7 Monstar, which I just got from Big Bad Toy Store for $50, Greg. $50. I know this was like 85. I was looking at it for a while. See, I had the Ramen Toys one, which I will show for comparison. So this is the Ramen Toys one. I do like the metallic on there. It is a cool looking one, but look at the size comparison with these guys. Like it's not even close. Like this Super 7 guy is beefy. So I think he'll be taking over that shelf, and the Mondo guy will be going away. So, but yeah, that was a great deal. A lot of stuff, especially Super 7 stuff on sale at Big Bad Toy Store. They've just got a lot of stuff that I don't know if they're just trying to make room in the warehouse or what, but there's been some really good deals on that stuff. Let's see. We also had Legends Collector jump in. Anyone have luck with No Way Home Legends? I have not seen.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I saw the Norman this week, but I didn't pick it up. But that's the only one I've seen at Target.
And then Billy says, "Is it worth $50?" I'm guessing talking about the Monstar. I would say definitely. Like he's a chunky boy.
Yeah, he's worth $50.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have paid 85. Some people may have. I didn't.
Cool.
but for $50, he's definitely good. Sculpted by the Horseman. How can you turn something sculpted by the Horseman at this beefy size for $50? That's
all right. Let's move on. Next. You got it.
I pre-ordered the whole first wave, Greg, so don't feel bad.
Me too.
Yeah, there was a lot of turtles.
I even took him down. They're not even up anymore. He's in a box in storage right now. So I say,
Yeah, I saw a lot of the Super 7 that I've bought full price and turtles that I bought full price that were like really low. So yeah, it's is what it is. Hedgehog says got his Mezco roadblock, but hasn't opened them yet.
That's what came in too. I got the same one. I didn't open them up yet though.
I've heard good things about that one. I did not get one myself, but
I seen a D Amazing review on it. It was pretty good.
Gotcha. Blake says Joy Toy Warhammer figures are amazing.
Entertainment Earth.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Billy says if Curtis loves it, doesn't snap it in half, it's got to be worth it. Yeah, even the one I snapped in half is still in my display. I just glued them back together. So sometimes you just got to do things for ratings. So
start the conversation. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Benny says lots of great deals at Big Bad Toy Store. The only thing there were a lot of deals, especially with the Super 7 stuff, but I would say overall Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals between all the different places, not just Big Bad Toy Store, but just in general, I was a little underwhelmed this year. Like I didn't see a lot of things that blew me away. It was a lot of stuff that it's like, okay, you've been sitting on this inventory a while and you're trying to unload on me. It's stuff that I was like on the fence about, but now it's at a price that maybe I pull the trigger, but nothing that I saw that I was like, oh man, I got to get that. I don't know. What about you guys? Did you see any great deals for either Black Friday or Cyber Monday?
Well, those D&D figures for sure, because I bought the first wave that came out in Walmart right away when it came out, and they were $25 a piece. And then I started seeing reviews where people opened them and they were broken in the package. Like Hank, the Ranger, you know, a lot of people had that one of his hands were snapped off. I haven't even opened mine yet because $25 for a figure and then it might be broken in the package. Like that's a depressing thought. I'm actually considering. I'm not an inbox collector at all, but I might be for these just because I don't want to see them broken. But then when I saw these three on Target for all of them were under $10, I was like, that's perfect. I'll buy a broken toy for like $7. So you know, I was right up my alley. And same thing with that owlbear. I mean, it's a good looking toy, but the paint apps aren't fantastic on it. I might even, you know, custom up the paint on it myself later on. Yeah. But for $15, it's a big chunk of plastic for $15.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. If I would have saw $15, I would have got it.
Right.
Yeah. The only thing that I saw that I thought was a really great deal was that Master Wang for like $55. I think it was on Amazon.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that's one that I paid full price on, and it's definitely a great figure. I don't like the rubber soft goods on it.
I took mine off.
Yeah, I replaced it with actual soft goods, but the figure itself is amazing, and for that price, like that I thought that was a really good one. That wasn't one that it's like, okay, this one hasn't really been selling and now they're discounting it. Like that's a good solid figure anyways at $80. So
I got it right here too.
Yeah, that's cool. So what about anything else, guys? Anything else that you saw that you were like, that's a really good price and I got to pull the trigger on?
Today, somebody posted in the Cabal that the McFarlane Toys Etrigan, the demon, was $7.
Oh wow!
That's nice.
And that's one that I don't collect the McFarlane stuff much unless it's a character that I'm into, and I'm not really into the demon or Etrigan, but that one's always one that grabbed my attention. But I wasn't going to pay $20 for it when I found it at retail. I'm like, $7? I'll do that today. That's no problem. So
I wish you would have told me. I've got like 4 of them in the garage. I could have just sent you one.
That's what happens. When I saw the 7, I'm like, you know what? That's almost as close to that as you can get right at this point.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of those.
It, but still,
yeah. I think I bought a bunch of those at like $9 or $10 for fodder.
On Amazon, right?
Yeah, they got a bunch of stuff on there that's like really cool to use. And the feet on those will pop right into a 2.0 leg. So it looks weird, but like it's really big sized. But like if you're trying to make like I used it for like a hulked out goblin, and it just pops right in. So and yeah, he's got some like the waist piece and stuff like that works really well too. So Sig says it's $7 at Ross as well. So. And Billy says Etrigan never goes away. Yeah, he was clearanced out last year, and he's clearanced out again. Like I don't know, they just must have really overproduced that one. Blake says
he's a great
veteran
character, but they probably don't know who he is. He's not like top tier. I love him as a character in the comics.
Blake says that Veteran Williams was also listed at 60. I missed that. I would have definitely pulled the trigger at that.
That's a very dope figure too.
Yeah, I don't have one of those yet. So
oh man, I might
have to go back and see if that's still available.
Yeah, if you could get that, I would grab that right away.
Yeah,
that'll be one of the best werewolves you have in your collection. Besides that new one that's coming out, it's like double the size of that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So the other thing I wanted to kind of talk about tonight, guys, I wanted to have a little discussion about 2023. and what toys really stood out, because we're getting towards that point at the end of the year. I'm sure a bunch of YouTubers are going to start putting their, top list together of figures. And I know, obviously most of us are Mythics collectors or Legions collectors in general, but we do collect other lines as well. And just wanted to kind of talk about like what figures stood out to you guys. So, this is just kind of a, jump in whenever, but what do you guys have? Anything that popped out as a really top figure for you this year?
That 97 Wolverine.
97 Wolverine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I really like that the new one that came out. Really, really cool Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean for the price that one's
For the
at
price,
retail,
it gave Mayfix a run for its money with that one.
Yeah. Sean, did you say you had one too?
Yeah, Mondo Battle Cat.
That's the one I was thinking of. That
That-
thing,
Yeah, I don't even own that, and I would say that's definitely a top figure. 24.
I mean, the versatility of the different heads you can put onto them, on top of the fact that is literally about 15 pounds of plastic you're holding if you hold that figure.
Yeah, I seen it in the PowerCon when I went. They had it over there.
Yeah, it's not even like a baby. It's definitely like a toddler.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and I walked by once, and I looked at him, and I said, I will not walk by here again. I really, 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 really liked it and really wanted it, and I was like, damn it, I don't have the money this year for that.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. Like the Panther in the last week, as much as Battle Cat was amazing, Panther didn't do it for me the same way. Battle Cat was like, I will literally figure out a way to make this work. Panther, I was like, that's a cool repaint. I'm good. Like it was the weirdest feeling. It's like, would I turn it down if I was offered it? No, absolutely not. But Battle Cat was like, that's a staple. If you like Masters and all that. But yeah, every day I look.
I don't have He-Man, so that's why I kind of was like on the. I was like, I don't. Then I got to get He-Man, so that's like almost $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for 2-piece.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of money and it's a lot of space on your shelf.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think for the amount of hype that was around it, the amount of money that it cost, and then the whole switch, with Funko buying them out and stuff, there was a lot of, I think, questions on that, what that Battle Cat was going to look like and how they were going to do. And I think they killed it, man. They did such a great job. And then they follow that up with the Trap Jaw, which I think is the best quality figure that they've done, like just standalone figure. It's one of the first ones that I don't feel like needs a stand. Like it's totally good, no matter what pose you put it in or whatever. Like it's so good. And then I see, Hedgehog here is talking about the deluxe Skeletor is supposed to be shipping soon. And so I'm hoping that that's the same quality as this Trap Jaw, because they really just stepped it up this year. I mean, I've always been a fan of that line, but the quality has been a little suspect. But these last two, the Battle Cat and Trap Jaw, are fucking killer, man. They're awesome. So.
And the standard edition He-Man actually is really good too. I have that one.
Yeah.
The deluxe one had its issues, but the standard, the joints on that one are tight. It's almost the same as Trap Jaw. So if that's the way they're going, Deluxe Skeletor should hopefully continue the pattern. So, but yeah, I mean, for me, like I guess He-Man was last year though. So yeah, Battle Cat would have to be the one that I definitely say, yeah, that's definitely figure of the year to me. So.
What else, guys? What other toys stood out to you this year?
I
like Street Fighter. All those Street Fighter
toys,
ones,
those Jada toys really came out nice.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of great photography with those, man. Those things are killer. Let me embiggen you there.
It feels so nice too, though. Like they have such good articulation, super flexible. But you know how sometimes they feel really gummy. Like these feel nice. Yeah. I actually think this is better plastic than what Hasbro's using right now. And
that's cool.
For them just coming onto the scene, and just starting to make figures, like I mean, they're going to be real good in a couple years. I mean, for a retail $25 figure, I would argue that it's better than some of the legends I've bought recently. And, they got Mega Man coming out soon too. And
that Mega Man line looks really
not as much
sick.
articulation, but
yeah, that Mega Man one is awesome. I see Greg with his Valiant Knight. That was definitely a surprise.
This guy right here, you mean? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's some other shows that I probably wouldn't say this, but we're on OffWorld, and it's like shouting into the void, so I can say whatever I want. This was kind of the hold our beer moment for Savage Crucible in my mind. Like, this was, I know that the knock against Mythic Legions for a while has been, well, we want double jointed this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I heard Jeremy say, it's kind of like a guy that buys a drill. He doesn't want a drill. He needs a hole, right? Like, we didn't need double jointed limbs. What we needed was better articulation. And they went back to the drawing board and gave us better articulation without sacrificing the sculpt. So I think this was definitely a, hey, by the way, before Wave 1 Savage Crucible's out, by the way, we've got this new thing that's fucking kick ass and still, photographs really well.
Yeah. This is a real kick to all the naysayers of the articulation. It's going to bring a lot of people into the line too.
Yeah,
because now they see this is what's going to be coming out going forward, and it's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, and I mean, this is one that, like, we saw. I know there was a post in the Cabal where, like, we were seeing this pop up in, like, actual news channels, like not our toy news channels, but like on actual news channels, that this was popping up, like this amazing new figure. So yeah, I mean, and for them to just kind of put that on the table out of nowhere at Legions Con and just have it there, that's a baller move. So
that was a flex for sure.
That was a surprise for me too. I didn't know about it and I unloaded the damn figures.
Yeah.
But I was, when I'm unloading and there's like 200 cases and 1,000 cases of stuff that I got to unload, I'm not really staring too much at the names. I'm just trying to get things off the truck and get them organized in the back.
Yeah. And,
that sounds like an excuse, Greg. You gotta read those boxes.
I mean,
well, but it's easy for me because then people ask me, I don't want to slip up, so I just don't even pay too much attention because there's always I don't know, I can't say nothing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Four Horsemen, I mean, they had a big year. I mean, you had cosmic hits for the first time, and we get 2 waves of cosmic in. We get, Monkey King was this year. So we got Monkey King, we got Red Death, now whatever's coming tomorrow. So it was a big year. I think, still when that Monkey King dropped, just looking at the armor and the way that came out, I think that's the best quality figure that they've done. It's not my favorite figure that they've done, but I think it's the best. Like, it's a work of art, So I think that's got to make some top 10 lists as far as toy.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. I got to say though, it's the Horseman. So I remember in I don't know, 2014, 2015, somewhere in that ballpark, I think, being in a comic shop that I used to go to all the time, and I saw my first Seventh Kingdom figure, and it was Ramathor, that big elephant with the giant sword. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I was used to the McFarlane statues. This was an actual articulated, action figure. I think the Horsemen kill it every year. And that's why I mostly just collect Horseman stuff. But they did nail some
you guys
down this year.
24 is going to be a fun year.
Yeah. Well, and I think, there's been some smaller companies that I think have kind of made some waves this year. We talked about Fury earlier. Memory Toys put out a lot of cool stuff with their new orcs and everything. And I know they had their bears earlier in the year. You had.
I gotta say, I'm trying to get that Rhino that's coming out this weekend. That's going to be at LA Comic Con. That Red Rhino.
Yeah.
That thing looks amazing. The Amazing actually put a review out on that thing, and I messaged him right away. I was like, dude, how dare you tell me that you don't have that in hand? And he was like, yeah, you're going to need this, G. I was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah. Any other smaller companies that came out of nowhere that you were surprised by this year?
I don't know about the small ones, but I think the small ones are getting a chance because the big ones are failing.
Yeah.
Mattel and Hasbro they have some good stuff, but I think overall they're not impressing people. You know, and that's giving these small toy companies an opportunity.
Yeah.
I like that Valaverse is out because making Hasbro step up on their G.I. Joe quality and the stuff that comes with the figures. You know what I mean? I mean the Gemini that Valaverse dropped is a really nice figure. Like their FEMA figures are fire. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I'm glad these companies, because making main companies step up their game with paint, sculpt, quality, they have to, because if not, these other little third party companies, smaller companies, will eat it all up.
Yeah, I mean the only big company that I think did a great job this year is probably the Joe Classified, and I think you're right. I think the Vala kind of pushes them to work a little bit harder, do a little bit more. But I mean, other retail lines, if you think of things that you actually will pick up at like a Walmart or Target, I can't think of too many, Hasbro, Mattel, big company, big line things that really did much this year that were impressive. So, yeah. I
mean, NECA did their thing with the Turtles, but that's, that's expected with
NECA did that Alf figure. That was this year, right? Or was that tail end of last year?
I guess it was tail end last year, but then they had the Comic-Con one too.
Yeah.
I mean, that Alf figure is amazing. I love that Alf figure. I'd get a couple more just to put them around different shelves.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that Bowser from Mario. Yeah.
Bowser from Mario.
Oh, the one that lights up, right?
Was freaking. He lights up and you put water in him and he emits smoke.
Oh man. What Target, Walmart?
At $20, $20 or $25 at Target. Dang. I mean, I bought him. I have Toad and the Luigi and Mario for my son, and he would not put those down all summer long. My son, sometimes I have to like goad him to play with toys because he always goes for the electronics more. But when I got that Bowser, he would not leave it alone. I'm like, that's awesome, And then on top of that, he just got a kick out of pushing that button and making him smoke constantly.
The weird thing about that was like I saw nothing as far as promotional stuff for the toys for that movie. Like I didn't see anything. The reason I found out about that Bowser was because I was watching the YouTube version of My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me one morning. And Jeremy pulls that out. Like, he's normally got like this, 40-year-old junk that he got that's like, a McDonald's toy or some bullshit. And he pulls out this Bowser and then they turn off the lights and this thing fucking lights up and the smoke comes out. And I'm like, that is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. That thing is awesome. And I went right out and bought one for my son and man, he loved it. It was great. Yep. So yeah, that was a good one.
Hold on. Greg does that. Turn out the lights and he'll glow and emit smoke.
There you go.
Give me a second. Let me run to the bathroom because I can't really smoke around the house anymore with Mom being here.
Maybe that's Greg's new name is Bowser.
Bowser.
He doesn't fit on a shelf as easily as the Bowser, though. I'll say that.
Yeah. See, I had a lot of the Fig Arts Mario stuff. I had a whole like shelf set up, and then I took it down for now until I move. But I'm gonna have to get that Bowser to throw it in there because he is a massive. From what I saw,
he's a chunky boy.
Huge.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do that.
And then Blake here says NECA Gargoyle.
Don't pull him out. I don't need to be more convinced. Oh, there he goes.
There he is.
Oh,
And
man.
does
Turn
it
the
still
lights
work?
out.
Hang on. What button was it? There it is. He only does that for right now.
Nice.
Okay.
But the smoke will start pouring out if I put some water in
That's
the back.
cool.
So yeah.
Recon Rage is saying talk about the NECA Alpha and Gargoyles. I forgot about Gargoyles. That line's been hot too. So
yeah, they got their own shelf, and I'm glad I just got one of the pieces to pretty much finish most of them.
yeah, and those things aren't small either. Like they got some big guys in there with their wingspans. So
Yeah.
me and bigging you here, Greg. Oh man, that city skyline's cool.
Oh, that looks great. Yeah.
Is that where did you get that? Is that like a handmade die or is that something you bought?
This Al Figures, a buddy of mine, he made this for me maybe like 8 years ago, and it's been holding up. And then the little buildings back there, I got that from Target. It was like this little thing. I think they're in like Halloween or something.
Yeah.
That they had, and I ended up picking that up because I was going to use it as my Batman animated shelf. But then Gargoyles came out, and I was like, well, I got other Batman.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shelf, man. You should post pictures of that. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm just waiting for a couple more to come out just so I can finish the main squad. But yeah, that's.
I just watched Gargoyles this past year. I had never seen it when I was younger, and I'd kick myself for it because, like, I used to watch.
That was my joint.
Yeah, I used to watch animated Batman, and I would see the beginning of the Gargoyles come on. I was like, I just never even gave it a chance, but that's a really good show.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah.
What else? Anything else that came out this year that surprised you guys or impressed you?
I'm still trying to find that the NECA Predator, that Prey one that came out. I heard that one was really nice.
I'm just grabbing some toys here. Oh, this is another one that I really loved this year.
That Croc, yeah.
And I gave him the Max Bird lifeguard outfit, but yeah, this guy's pretty freaking sweet. And then I think I really fell hard for Mafex this year, and there's a lot of good ones, but this steel, this is one of the best. So
both the Mafex Superman, the steel and the
Cyborg Superman.
Yeah,
they had Magneto this year was fantastic. The Storm was really good. They had Nightwing came out, so they did a lot of cool stuff. But this steel, I think it was early in the year that I got this, like maybe February or March or something. And I said at the time, figure of the year. It's still got to be up there in contention. I think it's definitely in the top 10. It for me, it's the best Mafex figure that came out this year. So
somebody fall.
Yeah. What it looked like you grabbed something. Oh yeah, the Batmobile, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
for the money. I mean, you got to give Toddy Mac a little bit of credit. This is the best vehicle that I've had for $60.
Yeah, I've got that one right behind me, and especially the first round of them, it was a little bit more of an art project for people. Painting.
Yeah, I had the first one, then I got the second one, so now I got to open the second one. I got to make some room. I still got a lot of the older Batman. I'm about to took a lot of these away because I got a whole bunch of them. So I'm about to throw that Batman in here, the Batmobile. These are the old Mattel Batman.
I mean, $60 for that thing is
you can't go wrong.
Ridiculous. Even if you have to touch up some of the paint on the first version, it's still well worth that price. So, and then Recon Rage saying 3-0 deluxe Transformers and Iron Man figures. I just ordered my first 3-0 this week, and it's the 3-0 Optimus Prime. I'm waiting for it to come in, and I'm secretly hoping that I hate it because knowing that they're using like metal in it, that there's a lot of die cast in it, I just feel like this is a line that I could fall for pretty hardcore, and I'm hoping that I don't. But yeah, last night after Dorklayer was talking about it, I was looking at some of their Iron Men, and they've got that the Iron Spider-Man one. Oh my goodness, that thing looks phenomenal. So, and I hear they're really like for having metal parts, like the joints are really good. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Hedgehog saying Mezco Destro, figure of the year contender. I saw his video on that, and that thing is really cool.
It is, and I did pass on it too.
Yeah.
It's half price on Entertainment Earth right now.
Yeah.
Oh. Is it?
Well, there you go.
$50 on Entertainment Earth.
Hedgehog saying Ramen Toys Quicksilver's 2023 for him. Well, it was a 2022 figure, but yeah, if you opened it in 2023, I guess it counts. And then Recon Rage is telling me I'm out of luck because I'm gonna have to buy some more 3-0s. They're pretty good apparently. So, Billy says Feral Predator was amazing.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Man, a lot of cool stuff this past year. You know, some of those ones that came earlier in the year, it's hard to remember.
Oh yeah, Blake, I'm moving next year too, so it's coming soon.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic fan. Like I love those video games, and I hate to give Hasbro any credit, but they came out with Darth Malgus and the other one that I'm going to draw a blank now just because I'm live, and those. Their Old Republic figures of the Black Series and the Vintage Collection figures have been fantastic. And I've been picking those up just because I can't resist because I'm such a big fan of the video games. So those are really good too.
Yeah, and I'm going to pull this up from Prince Collections. 4-H wins for this year, next year, and every year they have the best figure. They do have the best figures. That's I mean, that's hands down correct.
Yeah, we're going over other figures than the best. So besides the best, which is obviously Mythic and Cosmic, the other figures that
Listen, I don't know
the
too
first
many
runner
of
up.
us. Yeah, I don't know too many of us that are strong enough to only collect one line. We may say that. We may say I'm going to focus on this or that, but then something else catches our eye and you got to get it. And that's what we're talking about is these other ones too. So there's a lot of good figures this year. Anything
that
else?
Damn nostalgia
do you collect only one line?
Bites me.
Hey,
what's that?
I was saying hey to Sean's kid, but you said nostalgia bug.
Oh, what's up, man?
No, Chris said something. What?
Oh,
you're more photogenic than me, aren't you?
I was gonna say whoever does collect one line, when that dam finally breaks, it breaks hard.
Oh yeah,
I collected one line for a very long time. I was just a Joe guy. And then when it gave, I mean, I was like, well, might as well collect everything, So be careful. Slippery slope.
I kind of work in reverse because I used to collect like wrestling figures and Marvel Legends and just all the He-Man stuff that I could get my hands on, and just over time, as those lines got worse and Horsemen got better, I've really narrowed it down. Like every once in a while, I pick up a figure here or there, but I'm mostly a Mythic Legions collector. Well, and Cosmic and figure anything Horseman, know. And I'll buy little things here and there. But when I mentioned this last night too. When I have spare money, I'm not looking for a different line to buy toys from. I want to get another Horseman figure for a custom, or buy another 3D printed part to add to the enormous backlog I have. So I'm pretty much down to just Horseman figures myself. And
that's the main line for me as well is Horseman.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I never did the 3D parts or the custom heads. I always was like, you know what? I'm gonna just stick with the main characters, and that's it. And then it was 3 years ago. Yeah, the 3 years ago, the Legion Con when we were in the smaller room.
Mm-hmm.
and all the 3D parts, and then just talking to everybody and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I'll pick up a head from you, and I'll pick up a head from you. And next, I spent like almost $1,000 that year just on custom heads, because I'm not a big full custom guy to spend like $200-300 on a full figure. It's hard for me to do, but I'll definitely buy a bunch of custom heads and kind of make my own, figure put together. So that's why I have my own input. But and now, like, I look at my shelf and damn near more than half is all custom heads on different bodies. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
So
what got me into customizing was the gap between lines. When I finally got them all, I think maybe Soul Spiller. I had everything. It's like I got to wait so long for the next wave, and then I saw Jeremy's show. And he was talking about customizing. I was like, I'll make my own waves to fill in the gaps, and that's what got me hooked on customizing.
Yeah,
it's just to keep that constant Legions feed,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Horsemen, tomorrow we've got a new figure of Kira. This is the promo picture. Obviously, we've got some chains there. We got a little.
I'll be right back on this one. I'm gonna be right back.
Greg with some little insider information. Can't speak about it. So we've got the chains. We got a lock with the figure obscura key. It says you will be haunted by figure obscura. So I've seen some wild guesses out there, but most everything seems to revolve around Dickens and Christmas Story. What do you guys think? Christmas Carol. So what do you guys think? What are we getting?
I can't think of anything else Christmas themed with chains other than that they would make a toy of. Anyways, that is other than Jacob Marley from the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
So it seems like, and they might swerve us, but I don't know why they would. Yeah. I'm just imagining what Eric would do with like a Jacob Marley figure. Plus it's what is that, open license or whatever? So a Scrooge figure would be cool too, but especially with Siege some soft goods, like a Scrooge in his evening jacket, Oh man, that would be dope.
Yeah, but, if it is related to a Christmas Carol, it could be Jacob Marley, it could be Scrooge, it could be the Ghosts, it could be a multi-pack with multiple figures. So, who knows? I would say, like you said, based on the chains, and based on knowing that Jeremy already made a Jacob Marley himself from the Hagnon, and that's one of his favorite characters. Say there's probably a pretty good chance that that's what it is, but you just never know. Like I said, it could be a multi-pack or something. I wouldn't put that past them.
I hope not. I'm trying to save money.
But if they did a 3-pack with the past, present, and future ghosts, like that would be freaking awesome too. So
it'd be awesome. I'd just be broke. There's no way I'm gonna buy one. No way.
That's what they have credit cards for.
There you go. Yep. Or Horseman gift cards. Stack them up throughout the year. When you get your tax return or you get that bonus from work or whatever, pick up some of those Horseman gift cards and just sit on them.
I got to get the guys to get a Horseman visa.
Right.
Nice. That would be nice if you could. The one thing I don't like about the Horseman gift cards is like you can't combine them or you can't like reload them. That would be an awesome. If you had something that you could just reload and add more funds to, that would be freaking cool. Sean or Chris, I know Greg can't talk about it, but I know we've thrown out some guesses here. But what are you guys' thoughts on this?
Chris, I'm hoping it's one of the ghosts from Charles Dickens. I think that would be really cool.
Earlier today, in the one post, Matt Rod has completely ninja'd my mind about it because I really want it to be Statler and Waldorf as Marley from the Muppet Christmas Carol now. Because that just, they're my boys. Yeah. Like, I've always loved Statler and Waldorf, and the fact that this is just, I mean, I know we talked about it in our group chat and on Messenger today. I mean, it is a little more obvious than the typical one that we've gotten so far.
At least we think it is.
A group track.
At least it's way more in the vein of like, okay, it's got to be something like this versus.
There's a group chat. Wait, hold on. Wait, what group chat? Wait, hold on. I thought there's a group chat.
There's a group chat.
It's not
for 2.0.
I'm going to Curtis about
yeah,
that.
it's not a 2.0
group
chat.
So
got it.
Greg, you have to send smoke signals, bro.
We could definitely start a 2.0 group chat. The one that he's talking about, we actually created a group chat when we did our review of Ted Lasso with the Euro Boys. So I don't know if anybody saw that, but we over on Just Shelve It channel, we did a series review on Ted Lasso because we all really liked that series.
It actually made me go watch it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we started a group chat there, and then we talked to the Euro Boys on there quite a bit. So yeah, we were discussing this in there, but I mean, I feel like everybody is kind of leaning this way, going towards the Dickens aspect of it, and it does it does feel like this is pretty spot on for that. But who knows? I mean, like the Horsemen have definitely pulled one over on us before, so you just never know.
It might be a swerve, but I don't know why they would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's December 1st today, but I could be wrong.
The one thing I do want to make mention of, though, because I know no matter what comes out, there's going to be some people that don't want to buy it. Just remember, there is a nobody cares what you're not buying cabal.
Yes.
So if you aren't buying this, or you're not buying something else, maybe you're not buying Christmas presents for your kids, maybe you're not buying dog food because you don't have a dog, whatever it is that you're not buying, jump into that nobody cares what you're not buying cabal, and you can shout out into the void whatever it is that you're not buying. Like, I'm not buying Crocs. I'm not a fan. That's not my thing. Yeah. So you can go in there and talk about whatever you're not buying.
Curtis, let me tell you, Crocs have a regular slipper that's actually really comfortable. Just regular. It's not a Croc. It's just a regular flip-flop. I have the Wu-Tang ones, and they're actually really comfortable, and they're just a regular slipper. I hate Crocs too, but the regular ones are fine. And
there you go. So you just heard it from Greg. But yeah, just keep in mind, I'll
be posting that on the Nobody Cares Cabal.
Yeah, because I know, sometimes, people feel like, hey, I need a place to shout what I'm not buying, and they just kind of go to the Cabal because that's their normal place to post everything. And I'm just saying, for this particular thing, if you're not buying something, it's a great place to go, so you don't have to fill the Cabal with, the stuff that you're not buying.
Tell you,
so
I can tell you one thing. Everybody's going to buy this one.
Okay, well, there you go. You heard it from the source, guys.
And then after that, we're going to start the shipping notice cabal, where you can go in there and start ranting about why haven't you got a shipping notice literally right after you hit buy.
Please add me to that. Yeah. I will be taking screenshots of names.
Good stuff.
Those will all be the people that get theirs last. They'll be way at the end of the line.
So just to keep in mind, the drops are starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. I know there's an afternoon drop too. I don't know the exact time on that. I don't see that on here.
I think it's an evening. Usually it's an evening drop, so it's 8 o'clock at night. So it might be if it's the same as the previous one, then it'll be 8 o'clock at night.
One thing I did notice too, and I've seen some other people talk about, is that it says there's no limits. So
no limit soldiers.
Yeah, what do we think about that? No limits. Does I got a couple different ways. One is that it's so specific that most people aren't going to need multiple, so they don't feel like the need to put limits on there. Or could be one that they think people are going to buy a shit ton of, and so they ordered a lot, and they're not worried about running out of supply. I don't know. What do you guys think about the no limits on this?
I think that the last few sales, they've ran into Monday and Tuesday before they sold out or stop selling them. So maybe there's just not a need for limits if it's, not selling out over the weekend. That's 3 more days, 2 to 3 more days to completely sell out. So maybe
I know
it's just
Monkey King
kind of got the numbers hammered down.
Yeah, a Monkey King sold out within 24 hours, and I think Red Death did too, right?
Red Death was
Red Death. I ordered one on Monday. So.
Yeah, it went to Monday.
Gotcha. So maybe it's just a supply thing. I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
maybe they want to sell everything on Saturday, just so they can start shipping Monday.
The one thing I will say, as far as buying multiples, is typically what we've seen with these Figure Obscura drops is there's some new tooling that we've never seen before that typically pops up. And as a customizer, you want to get your hands on that stuff. That Monkey King dropped, and it's like, man, we don't have any armor that looks like this in the line. So if you want to make those kind of characters, you want to buy some multiples. So I don't know what the figure is. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I would make sure before you decide, I only need one, or I don't need this at all. Take a look at all the parts, because I bet there's going to be some things in there that we haven't seen before. So,
and what's cool is with a lot of the stuff, it's like the accessories that you get.
Yeah.
Like with Red Death, you got the clock. So I'm just looking forward to see what accessories.
Yeah, I saw some people yesterday that were trying to find the little fox that goes with the Father Christmas.
Yeah.
And
for those people, I say buy the figure. It's good.
Yeah.
It is a good figure.
Father Christmas is a very cool figure, man.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the retail ones yet. I'm gonna probably grab those up this week coming up, because I'm gonna get a little Christmas tree for Mom, because we don't really got too much room. So I was like, I bought a little tiny one for the bedroom, but I was like, I'm gonna get a little something. So I'm gonna do a little Father Christmas display too, so that's why I could have a reason to set up my figures and give her a little Christmas tree.
Gonna pull out the Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
It's gonna be it is gonna be like the size of my forearm, so it's gonna be like a 3-foot tree. But when we get a big space, then I'll get a big tree for it. But right now,
and then
my cat jumping in there.
I want to mention too, those Father Christmas figures have the elf colored arms underneath too.
Yes, they do.
For me, I have a couple of the Elf Legion builders I want to have with the bear arms that color match the faces.
We got here. Ooh,
there you go.
Cool.
And the retailer exclusive one has the Whisperling colored arms.
Yeah.
So that's an added bonus right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really, really cool. Oh, the other one is the green arms, right?
Yeah.
Whisperling green. Yep. Which we just got some. We just got some heads and stuff that for the retailer elves that are in that color. So yeah, you could put those arms on there and make bear armed Whisperling characters. I want to pull this up from Jeremy. Says, random thought while him and Laura were just rapping, they should make a Mothman in one of these drops. I can definitely see that. There's a lot of, I think this Figure Obscura line, they're not going to run out of ideas anytime soon.
Anybody play Fallout 76? The Mothman in that looks dope.
Oh yeah,
he's all black and has these big red eyes, and he'll like fly down, and there's like smoke around him. That's like the moth dust or whatever. It's pretty cool looking. I totally wouldn't.
And you guys watch Into the Shadows or whatever that little vampire.
I haven't seen it. I've got it on my list, but I haven't seen it yet.
There's one episode where it's the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Just YouTube the name Into the Shadow Jersey Devil, so you can watch that skit. I hope they make that Jersey Devil. He got his balls out and everything. That shit's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Bigfoot, Jersey Devil, Mothman. I know there's a bunch of like European lores with different monsters and things like that. Like they're not going to run out of characters anytime soon. We've talked about, just with this Christmas one, just if it's Dickens, if we're right about the chains and everything, and it is Dickens, and let's say that it is Jacob Marley, well, then you could do a Scrooge figure. You could do the, past, present, and future Christmas. So, I mean, if they don't give it to you all at once, that could be the next, 4 or 5 Christmases. So there's no shortage of things they can do.
The Monkey King, I'd love to see the rest of that group.
Yeah. And I know that was something I saw on an interview with Eric, I think with Jeremy, where he talked about, really loving those other characters. And it would be cool to bring some of those as well. But so they didn't say for sure that it's definitely going to happen, but they didn't say it's not going to happen either. So I guess we'll see.
Right.
Curtis, last year, like when Father Christmas dropped and when the Headless Horseman dropped, there was a lot of people I knew that were collecting, but they weren't doing Horseman stuff, who they were like, we lost the opportunity. It dropped on Saturday, we're hearing about it a day or two later. And they were kind of pouting about it. I will tell you, I think in the last year, Horsemen are on people's radars now too. So they could also lift the quantities because they got something coming. So people are going to be looking Saturday morning.
I mean, I do think that the Headless Horseman really kicked it off. The review that Dorklayer did on that was very popular. I saw a lot of the YouTubers last year put that as one of the figures of the year. So I think it definitely it came up on people's radar. And we talk about what's your entry point for Legions or for Four Horsemen. And in the past, it's been a lot of the Motu tribute figures. Templars have been a big one for some people, like that. Those real world things I think the Vikings that they just showed in the wave that's available now is going to pull some people in. But this figure Obscura is definitely a huge one because you've got folks that aren't toy collectors at all that are buying these things because they love the literary references or whatever. And then you've got people that are toy collectors but have never bought Legions that are into this stuff. So it definitely pulls in a new group of folks that we haven't had before. So that's cool.
I think when the book comes out and there's a bigger story plot to this, is going to bring a lot more people into it also.
Yep.
A lot of people complain there's no real storyline to it, this and that, and I'm like, everything's kind of in the process. Yeah. Because of how things kind of blew up in the past 3-4 years,
Yeah. And Oz says he feels targeted. Headless Horseman was his gateway. I think it's the same for a lot of folks. So,
that green one, man. You know what's funny? I wasn't even crazy about him when I saw him. I was like, oh yes, finally something that I might even pass. Yeah, and they were mentioning it, and then they brought it, and then they took it. They came in and they took it all out, and they're like, "Here, check it out." And I started playing around with it. I'm like, "You freaking assholes!" Every time, same thing with Cosmic. I was like, you know what? They're like, "Oh, how do you like Cosmic?" Like, it's cool, but I don't think I'm gonna, really probably jump on it. Yeah. And so they, as soon as they came in and they're like, "Oh, look, Cosmic came and check it out." And I sat down on the table and I started playing around, and I'm like, these motherfuckers, they know what they're doing. They just suck me in right now. Yeah. And now, I'm all in.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I've said it before, but the best way to get somebody hooked on Legions is just put it in their hand.
And then I was like, I'm not going to do Cosmic Customs. I'm going to just stick with Cosmic Originals. And
oh, that's awesome.
And Eric Miller wants to come and make this freaking frog turtle head that fucking looks amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep it at this head. That's it. That I'm gonna try to.
Oh yeah, that's the one, huh? Yeah. Okay.
And
Good
then,
luck.
and then the
We'll pray
scourge,
for you,
and then the
Greg.
scourge and operative have a custom head on it too. And I'm like,
You,
Thoughts
you
and
sound,
prayers.
you sound
Thoughts
like
and
me
prayers.
when I got in the line and I'm like, I'm just gonna do vampires and orcs and that's it. I'm not gonna do dwarves.
well,
I'm not gonna do
that was me. I
yeah.
said, you know what? I'm gonna do orcs and elves because I was
Yeah.
always into that. And I was, I'm gonna do a big battle scene of orcs and elves, and then I started getting Templars and this and that, and yeah, and now I got all of them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I got to mention this. This just popped in my head. It was a thought that I've had before, and we were talking about the different figure obscura things they could do. I can't believe that no one has done a Bigfoot action figure that the paint apps aren't right, so it looks blurry no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
Isn't that, wouldn't that be like great just to throw in the background of like pictures of other figures? It's just this blurry Bigfoot passing.
The closest to Bigfoot is that is on Parallel Universe had a Kickstarter for his Odious figure.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the Bigfoot, and that's pretty cool.
But I don't want a clean paint app. I want the paint apps all messed up.
To
no matter how you look at him, he doesn't look right,
Yeah.
Since nobody gets a clean picture of Bigfoot, I think that's a great idea. I should start a toy.
Did you guys get 13 of these to go with the canon story?
I was only able to get, I've got 4, I think, so far. No.
Okay.
I got 3.
Three?
But yeah, when they open that up, I'll be definitely getting a bunch more. I know I've got like a dozen Dark Templars sitting in the garage just waiting to be customized.
Yeah,
I got a couple. I got a couple of those, but
and I got those Elijahs and Enochs on pre-order. I got a whole bunch of those things, and now after seeing the Valiant Knight, I feel like I struck gold.
Yeah.
So
with these Templars, I like the horns, but I forgot who these wings came from. These little head wings right here. Because they're not like the regular
that was
wings.
In the Barbarian
they got like a little
builder pack, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looks like the Barbarian one.
No, because that was full. This one has like, if you look closer, it has like a metal outline.
Oh, okay.
On the wing.
One of the
other ones you're talking about are like Sir Gideon, I think. Like this one, you see, he has these kind of wings.
Yeah.
You see how they're little.
Right.
But these go really nice.
Interesting. I wonder if that's
the Templars.
I think that's the ones. Well, no, it's not that paint app, but I think it's the same ones that's on Freya. I think those might be the same ones that she's got, but it's not that color. So, but I think
I found these in my fodder bin, and I'm like, whose are these?
Yeah,
the Barbarian build, the 2.0 Barbarian. I can see it on my shelf right now.
The 2.0 Barbarian.
She's got them on.
Gotcha.
Oh, the female, the 2.0. Okay, yes.
2.0 female. I can see it. Yeah, on my shelf right now.
Okay.
Those exact same.
Yeah, because now these,
cool.
I mean, it looks really good. Because like the horn ones, I feel like for Ethron, they'd have more wings than those horns. Those to me are more like bad guyish.
Yeah. Cool. I did want to.
Speaking of fodder.
Oh,
this is the wolf head from the G.I. Joe Snow Serpent, and it's like a perfect cape. So I've been troop building them. I think I've got a couple extras of these, but this thing just it fits so well on that.
That does look really good.
Night.
Really good.
I'm looking at it now. Damn, that does look good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Damn you.
Making Greg buy more stuff.
Damn.
I did want to pull up this Kickstarter. We've talked about this a couple times. Combat creatures, based off of kind of the Battle Beast idea. They do have, if you get into it, you buy one figure or all the figures or whatever. They've got some smaller versions that are the same size as Battle Beast that you can get. But these are, the Kickstarter is mainly for the 6 or I think it's 7-inch version actually. 6.5. Right now they are at 97% funded.
I know. I gotta hop on and I want to grab 1 or 2 of those. I think I might grab the wolf and the shark.
Yeah. So 7 days left to go. Almost there. It looks like it's going to fund. I know it's on Big Bad Toy Store as well, which usually those numbers don't hit till like the last day or so. So
I think
it does look like this is going to fund with 7 days left. So yeah, jump in and grab 1 or 2 of these if you're interested. I know, this is one that I'm definitely interested in. The only thing I'm not a fan of is kind of this like thigh cut where it's at. But otherwise, I think they're really cool. I love this shark one. This shark one is fantastic.
Yeah, the shark and the wolf to me really stand out. I like those a lot.
Yeah. And then
the other 2 are cool. It's just I don't know. I like the wolf and the shark look better to me.
Yeah, and then
and even the little ones, even the little ones,
the
really
little
cool.
ones are badass. Like dude, if they just had the little ones, that's
I think I probably would have grabbed. Yeah,
and they've got it to where you can either get the digital file and you can print them yourself, or you can get the ones that are already printed. Cool. And yeah, these things are cool. So I love those. So yeah, check it out. Like I said, 7 days left if you're interested. So
I wonder if that thigh cut won't be better. If that's like a resin print.
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
it's probably that's what it is. It's really there because it is a resin print prototype. So it's gonna probably change up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of other companies, hide it in a much better way, especially if you've got the fur there. You would think that there would be a way for them to kind of cover that up with some fur that goes over that connection or something.
Yeah,
but I guess we'll see. Billy says maybe pick the bear up off of Big Bad Toy Store. So yeah, it is available on Big Bad Toy Store if you'd rather do that and not have to pay till it comes in. That's always an option as well.
Yeah, but it's probably gonna be like $45 on Big Bad than the $35.
Yeah, you're gonna pay more, but you don't have to pay right away. So
you pay now, you pay later, you're still gonna pay.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. I always like paying up front.
That's the only thing I never understood the whole I'll just rather pay later. I mean, you're gonna pay.
Right. I like paying it up front because then when it comes, it's like
there's
free.
No surprise later.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's no surprise later. Like I hate those people that I can't pay it up front. I gotta wait till it hits, and then when it hits, it's not always when they said it hits, and it hits me right when I'm not ready for it to hit.
Right.
That's why now a lot of pre-orders, I put it all on my card because this way, in case it hits, I'm not like, oh shit, my debit. Let me check what.
Yeah.
It goes on my credit card, and then at least I got like a 2-3 week window before interest smacks me, and I can just pay it off.
Yeah, I stopped ordering a lot of stuff on Big Bad Toy Store just for that because, like you said, it would just hit at the wrong time. It's like, man, I'd rather just pay for this thing up front, and then when it comes, it's like a present to myself. So
they should have an option on major releases like stuff from Hasbro and the Horsemen and Mattel, like to just pay up front. They're gonna get
that would be nice.
Very rarely. I could understand with small companies maybe not doing it, but because there's been a few times that I've been hit too, and it's just like, damn, well, I guess we're eating ramen this week.
So, yeah, and I think that might, because they as well as other retailers have had a problem with people canceling their orders. That might help kind of limit some of the canceling orders too if you're paying up front.
Right.
Maybe offer them a couple $1 discount or whatever to pay it all up front. But then it's it's locked in or whatever.
It's guaranteed. They got their money. Just they got our toys.
Yeah.
I think all of the big toy companies have to get better with following their estimated shipment dates. I mean, I got some stuff here that wasn't supposed to ship until April of next year. So
well, those Joes, the 2 Dreadnoughts that we looked at. Last I heard, those weren't supposed to ship till January, and I got them at the end of November. So
yeah.
I think I told you the next 6 months for Hasbro stuff is going to be real bad with that stuff.
Yeah,
they're essentially.
That's why I put everything on my card.
Yeah. 2 years worth of product in 2024 to try to get back on track for 2025.
Damn.
All right. Well, it's that time of the show. It's time to do This Week in Theaters. We are getting ready to go into our time travel machine. We're going to hit our random number generator and see what year between 81 and 2010 that it comes up with. And we ended up with 1998. So let's see here. Yeah, we're going back to 1998. Keep in mind, you're not at the age that you were in 1998 because some of the hosts of the show in the past wouldn't have been born yet. You're at the age that you're at now, but you are going back to 1998, and you're going to watch one of the movies that's in the top 10 for that week. So let's take a look and see what we got.
Oops.
98. Boom. We just traveled through time. We are looking for December
Is that when
1st.
Maverick was born?
Maybe. I don't know.
No,
So
I
here's-
graduated high school.
Here's what we got. Our top 10. We've got
geez.
A Bug's Life, #1 at the box office.
I
So
remember that.
there you go.
So,
Rugrats the movie.
wow,
We have got Enemy of the State.
Oh, man.
that was good.
Then we've got Waterboy. We get some
Oh,
good-
man, that was
good
great.
ones here. We got Babe, Pig in the City. I'm for some reason I'm thinking nobody's gonna be picking that one. We'll see.
No,
We've got Meet Joe Black.
yeah, that's a good one. So,
Mhm.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. So the sequel there. We've got Home Fries. I
I
don't know
don't think
the
I ever watched that.
pregnant Sally unknowingly falls for the stepson of the deceased father of her baby and has to deal with his homicidal family.
Whoa.
That sounds fucking terrible. I've
Hey,
got to watch that.
Some
that sounds
people,
like an
that's just
episode of
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
what's that thing with
Uh,
Frank? What's that show? Oh shit! With the whole family and the dude's name is Frank,
I don't know.
and it's like a Shameless.
Oh,
Modern
gotcha.
Family?
That sounds like an episode of
Shameless.
Shameless right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got Elizabeth, about the reign of Elizabeth I. And rounding out the top 10, we've got Very Bad Things. Prostitute is killed during a bachelor party, and the attendees turn on each other as the wedding approaches. So, all right. We are going to the theaters in 1998. We've got these for the top 10. I'm going to go ahead and start. We're going to work our way down since Sean and I have the most experience of this. And I am going now. Here's the thing. I actually went to the theaters this week in 98. And the first time around I saw A Bug's Life, it was good. And I don't regret seeing that, but I think this time around, I think I'm going to have to go Waterboy. Like those early Sandler flicks were pretty good, and that was the last really good one in my mind. Everything after that kind of went downhill. So I think I'm going to go see Waterboy and have a few laughs. Sean, what are you saying?
I think I'm right there with you. I saw Bug's Life in the theater, and I saw it twice that year because I was amazed by that. Was back when computer animation was like, wow, you know. But yeah, I need laughs. It's the holiday season. Family can drive you nuts. Get out there and watch Waterboy and have Adam Sandler give you a few chuckles.
There you go. All right, Joe. Joe, what are you seeing?
Man, this is a tough one. Waterboy is probably the best movie on the list, but I've also seen it probably 50 times. The Rugrats movie, my oldest son was 2 in 98. And I've watched the Rugrats movie a few times, and that is a quality flick. Do not pass on it. They did a good job of having plenty of adult humor in there too. You know, the innuendos that the parents are going to get while the kids are watching the movie.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And if I'm time traveling back, I'm going to watch Elizabeth.
Okay.
Just to, I haven't seen it. I don't have any idea if it's good, but it's an interesting time in history.
Yeah.
So you know, it seems like, yeah, I'm just throwing a curveball out there. I'm going to go watch Elizabeth just to see if it's good or not, or just an entertaining historical flick.
No, I mean, that's fine. Sean and I didn't want to share our popcorn with you anyway, so you can go to Elizabeth.
Would you have though, Curtis? Mr.
No, I wouldn't have got popcorn
Shells on the
anyways.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you would have gave me
I wouldn't have got popcorn anyways. I would have snuck candy into the theater, and you're not having.
There
any
would have
of
been
that.
a buffet. Curtis would sneak in a buffet.
Yeah, I would have definitely
Please
some good and
sandwiches.
plenties in my pocket. So
there you go.
Yep.
Greg, what are you seeing out of these 10?
Well, I'm sneaking in a 20-piece of chicken nuggets with me, and I'm going to see A Bug's Life because I went this time. I actually saw The Waterboy when it came out.
Yeah.
So I think I will go back and I would see A Bug's Life because that was really good when I saw it on DVD.
All right. Sounds good. And Chris, last one. What are you seeing?
Well, save me a seat for The Waterboy because I got to see my boy Bobby Boucher. That's a great movie.
But
I even have a Bobby Boucher jersey.
Very nice. I did want to call out because I remember at the time.
One thing that's interesting here.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say there's ants too. Like,
that's what I was just gonna say.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that because like ants, I was
Ants
looking
was
at
good,
it.
too.
It had been out 9 weeks at this time, and it had grossed 85 million. And in the second week of Bug's Life, they're already at 51. So imagine that you work, at putting together an ant animated film, and it releases, and then like within a few weeks, like another ant animated film comes out and just like kicks your ass.
Jesse is calling us names in the chat.
Oh yeah, what's he calling us names for?
Turd
burglars.
Yeah. What the heck, man?
He's stealing that from me. That's what I call my kids all the time. Beautiful. Well, so we got a couple seeing Bug's Life and 3 of us seeing Waterboy. Jesse, if you're still there, let us know what you would have watched, or anybody else in the chat.
I picked Elizabeth. Curtis.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We do have Elizabeth. Yep. We had Elizabeth, Bug's Life, and then
there's always that one guy.
He said,
"Good day, like sir." I'm not even here.
I blocked it out because I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe anybody would actually watch that, so I blocked it out of my memory.
So
I didn't watch it then. I still didn't watch it now.
Is Joe like our default 2.0 Jesse then? Because he's kind of getting that kind of. I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm just like he's kind of getting the same Curtis treatment as Jesse does right now.
Well, what I'll do is I'll wait for Joe to say that he likes the movie, and then I'll just trash it until he leaves.
It's a garbage fire.
Yeah.
Why would
let's bring Jesse here. We need some balance.
You guys, you just need a rotating punching bag for Curtis, just somebody for him to abuse every week.
So I'm trying to see, like, several of these folks are throwing out multiple, but Prince finally did say Waterboy wins after listing like 3 or 4 movies. Blake says Enemy of the State. Definitely not a bad one. I was on the fence about that one. I could have definitely gone to that. Billy does eventually say Waterboy is the best one there.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, and then
but I figure I saw it in the movies in '98, so this time I go around and go see A Bug's Life.
Yeah, I totally can see that. So. All right. Well, that actually wasn't bad. Some of these the last few weeks, like towards the tail end of the year, the movie list is not great. So that one wasn't too bad actually. So I will say, just as a follow up to last week, there is actually, let me just pull it up here on the screen because I don't know if people are going to remember. First of all, who watches this show? And second of all, I don't know if people are going to remember what we discussed last week.
Yeah,
but
I watched it.
But let me share my screen. I
watch it when Jets ain't on.
because I watched this thing last week. Wraith was in the this week in theaters, and let me tell you, I'm gonna give you an impromptu review of this. I fucking love this thing. This thing is one of the most 80s movies that you can see. I mean, it starts off with like Charlie Sheen driving a moped, or it's not a moped, it's like a dirt bike with no shirt on, Ozzy Osbourne playing in the background. And basically this movie, I tried to do some research on this because I guess there was a comic book of this before it was a movie. But it is very much the story of The Crow. Like if you watch The Crow, it's almost the exact same movie in terms of plot and stuff.
I had to see this before.
In terms of a guy dies, he gets murdered. He's with his girlfriend, he gets murdered, and he comes back and he basically extracts vengeance on the guys that murdered him. But it's got like these guys drag racing and stuff. So it's different, but it's the same. And then even like one of the bad guys is named Skank in both movies, like the exact same name and the same kind of personality. So I don't know if The Crow stole from this or if this stole from The Crow. I know both of them were kind of a comic before they were a movie. But this one came out first, and I'm just telling you, if you want to see, it's not well done. It's not like a classic well done film. It is ridiculously bad, but it's a ridiculously bad movie in a good way. So if you want a good popcorn flick and you want to have some laughs at how bad it is, check out The Wraith. So,
all right.
Has anybody seen this?
I've seen it.
I don't think I have. I'm trying. It sounds familiar, but I might have to watch it just to see.
Chris, what's your thoughts on this movie?
Well, I'm a car guy, so I loved it. A long time ago. I probably saw it in probably the mid '90s.
Yeah.
Probably back on VHS, and then I was at one of the New York auto shows, and I saw there was somebody who did a model of the car, full. They redid the car, and that was cool to see.
Because they've got like this high tech looking like car from space that it's so fucking weird, but it's like this. It almost looks like a Tesla, actually. Yeah, doesn't it? It's like very like metallic looking, and yeah. It
was like a Chrysler show car way back then, I believe.
Yeah.
It was like some type of a Chrysler thing. But yeah, I always thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool movie.
Yeah, Billy's asking if I watched People Under the Stairs. I did not yet. I've got it on my list.
Oh man, I haven't
seen that yet.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
That was from last week as well. But I had to check out this one, and it did not disappoint. So there you go. It's one that I would recommend as long as you know that it's going to be fucking terrible, but you're going to love how terrible it is. So, all right. So I had one more thing planned for tonight. Unless you guys have anything else that you want to discuss first before we go into this other idea that I've got? Okay. So the last idea, and I was kind of hoping that Jesse would show up around this time or a little bit after. So this is going to probably work out perfect.
He's almost home.
Yeah, this is going to work out perfect. I'm hoping that he's actually listening to this now, because I've been bugging the fuck out of Jesse for a while about doing a D&D. It's one of these things that, he's talked about. Joe's even covered his eyes. He's talked about. We talked about actually having one. There's people that are interested, but he's been dragging his feet. And then he kept saying, 2024, he's not going to do it this year, and that's fine. But I figured we would give Jesse a little nudge today, give him a little push in the right direction, and just kind of go through and maybe create a character for ourselves. So each one of us just kind of on the spot think of, a race, a class, what kind of personality, just think of a character that if you were to play D&D, and I'm not saying this is the character, if Jesse does one, this is the character you're going to have to use. I'm not saying that. But just kind of as a fun little thing, why don't we on the spot just come up with kind of a character for ourselves? Does that sound like something you guys are interested in doing?
I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So I'll start since I already kind of knew, give you guys a little chance to think. And I'm thinking, first of all, I've really fallen in love with the Dragar gray dwarves. So I definitely want to make myself a gray dwarf, a male. I'm not into, kind of the playing the female character. So I definitely want a male gray dwarf. And I think
because they got titties.
no, it's not. It's just I want to try to identify a little bit more with the character, but thank you for that.
I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, you slipped it in
the titties.
Yeah, you'll definitely get points for that. So good job.
Sean, are you here with me, Sean? I want to make sure that did you hear? Because you didn't look like you were paying attention and you didn't hear the word titties again. I just want to make sure that you're there. Okay.
I am here. I am actually Googling for the life of me
Googling
all
titties?
the character classes of D&D so that I actually have some idea of what I'm doing here.
I Google titties.
But titties are always welcome.
Yes. Billy
I'm going to make
Greg
make a class.
Slipped in the titties. Yeah.
Slipped
And
in
that,
the
if you're going to slip, that's the best place to slip, really. So
I love falling in some titties.
They feel like sand, bags of sand.
Yeah. So
just as a disclaimer, I'm only saying these things to go along with the joke. This is not Joe's opinion, just on overall. I don't usually say stuff like that. I just have to go with the joke.
So
He loves cities too.
For class on my character, normally, like when I was playing World of Warcraft, or if I do stuff like this, like I try to go for more of like the warrior or tank, or something up front, like doing damage, taking damage, blocking with my face kind of thing. But I think for this, I'd want to kind of challenge myself a little bit to like kind of think outside the box and be a little differently. So I'm actually going to go with something that I would never really choose normally, and I'm going to go with a bard. I'm going to be a happy singing,
Druger. You're going to be a happy singing Druger.
Yeah, and I'm going to get around. Like I'm gonna be a real ladies' man. I'm gonna have a velvety voice, and the girls are gonna swoon over my voice. So there you go.
Yeah, his buddies will call him the army builder because he has one in every town.
So there you go. I'm going to be the gray dwarf bard that is getting all the ladies. So
the good thing with D&D is that regardless of your race, as long as you have a high charisma stat, that's the skill rolls. So if you're trying to make a persuasion check on a lady, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, how tall you are, you roll a dice and you succeed or fail.
There you go.
You got a chance, Curtis. You got a chance.
So that's mine. I'm actually going to skip over Sean for a second, give him a little bit more time to think, because I know Joe is a big D&D guy, has played for many years. So I figure this might be a little bit easier for him and give everybody else a chance to little think. But so Joe, on the spot, what kind of character are you coming up with?
Well, I want to preface just off the bat that I've thought about this to a degree that and I won't do it tonight, but if we were actually going to play, I would pick last. I have over 30 years of experience playing, so whatever everybody else picked, I can play any class.
Okay, I mean, we can do that if you want to wait to the end so that you can kind of round out the group. Okay.
No, but I mean, if we're doing it just for this exercise, I have a character race class combo, entertainment wise, something that I've actually been thinking about doing in an actual game. But that's what I would do if we were actually going to do this. And
Okay.
I, of course, was a part of it. I would probably pick last and then try to fill the gaps. If we don't have a rogue, I'll play a rogue. If we don't have a wizard, I'll play a wizard. If we need a cleric, I can play whatever class we need to fill the gaps in the party.
So basically what Joe's saying is that he's better than all of us and he can do whatever he wants. So that's what I'm hearing is that.
Well,
that
thank you
the
for
rest of
clarifying that, Curtis.
Yeah, the rest
I'll
of us are beginners.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that. I mean, experience counts for something.
That's true. That's true.
But for this exercise, I would go half elf paladin, right? Half elves are probably the best well-rounded class. A lot of people don't like them because they are so well-rounded. They don't really stand out in any way. It's just a good solid choice, but they get a charisma bonus, which is great for the paladin. Most of the paladin's abilities are based off of charisma. I love playing paladins because I like playing heroes. I like to be the hero. I like to be the good guy. But what I think would make this combination fun to role play, and when people come up with backstories for the characters, for D&D, it's usually tragic backstories. You know, oh, orcs killed my parents, or they disappeared, or some kind of tragedy that made the character. You know, I grew up in a ghetto with no family. My character had the ideal childhood. His parents were nobles, not kings and queens, but wealthy. They had servants.
Well-to-do.
Well-to-do. He never had any difficulties growing up, and he feels terrible about that. Like he feels bad for other people because
he's got
his
elf
parents,
privilege, is what you're saying.
His parents, his mother was an elf and his father was a human. They loved each other. They treated him well and with respect. You know. And his life was so good growing up, and he saw so many other people that were miserable that now he wants to adventure and help other people because he feels bad that he had such a good childhood.
Okay, I like it.
With
that being said, let me throw in here Jesse Arnold.
Hey, Jesse,
how's it going? We're just creating D&D characters for no real reason at all.
I know. I was listening on my drive home. I picked up right before the Wraith conversation started. So.
Oh, okay. So we're 2 characters in.
I don't know what Greg's pointing at. Oh, he's pointing at me.
Jesse, 2 characters in so far. We've got.
I have to say this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. I need to address what you said, Curtis.
Okay, but what?
You can be all those. You can be all those things, but it all depends on how the dice roll, whether you actually charm someone. And in my game, if you're a bard, you are singing your bardic inspiration stuff.
Listen, I've got a great voice. I tell myself that all the time. So,
well, we'll all find out.
Okay, so 2 characters in. We've got a great
what Joe
dwarf
said his was
bard. He's a half elf paladin with that's
nice.
had a very good life. So 2 characters in. What are you thinking about our party so far?
So far, so good.
Okay. So who wants to go next? Sean, Chris, Greg? Looks like Greg's ready.
I'm also going to be a paladin because that's who I am.
Okay. Double paladin. All right.
So, yeah. And same backstory.
Oh,
I got to change anything.
Wow. So
the figure's backstory, not the figure backstory, not Joe's backstory.
Yeah, no. My figures.
Okay, so you're an orc, or an ogre, right?
Ogre.
Okay, so you're an ogre paladin. Gotcha. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Well, hey man, if you've got a figure already named after you, I guess there's no other way to go. That's Why mess with perfection?
What? Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So we got double paladin bard so far. Okay. And real quick, Jesse or Joe, like, are there, like, having 2 paladins, are there different roles that paladins can play, or different, like, can you have like different subclasses or something, or sub?
Yes.
Oh, definitely. I would pick something different if this was real. You know,
Right.
rather than
Well, I'm an
having two
ogre
paladins.
too. I'm an ogre paladin. He's a smaller paladin. He's an elf. So he's a little guy. That's
He's a little guy. He's your little
It's kind of
buddy
like
Joe.
Colossus and Wolverine. I'm going to be tossing him, into the battle.
even if you
Specials.
even if you were the exact same race and pick the exact same, main class,
Yeah.
a lot of things are going to change, depending on what your character's personality is, what choices you make, the subclasses and the different things that you do to like build out like the rest of the details of the character. So unless you make all the exact same choices and have very similar personalities, they're going to be very different characters that can do some similar things.
Okay.
And if you're going to double up on a class, Paladin's the one to do it because they're probably the best well-rounded class anyways. So
It makes sense why I'm a paladin to begin with.
Right.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Sean or Chris, who wants to go next?
I'll let Chris go if he has.
I got one.
Chris, it's on you.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm a barbarian, right? But
oh hell yeah!
Read the book off the cover, right? I'm not the illiterate scientist, right? Like imagine like Beast from the X-Men, right? If you just look at him, you think he's this big wild animal.
Mm-hmm.
But deep down inside, he's actually very intellectual. He's very reserved. He's very cautious, right?
Okay.
So he kind of doesn't fit in with the other barbarians. He's trying to find his place. So he's a bit of a loner, right? I'm kind of
Buffering.
I think we got the gist of it, though. Basically intelligent barbarian that's kind of a loner.
He's coming from another portal. He's jumping through portals right now. He'll be here in 1 second. Hold on a second.
He is streaming from the moon, so we got to give him a little bit of credit for that.
Yeah. But a scholar who is prone to fits. I think that's an awesome concept. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And I like the reference to Beast as well, because he's one that, he's sitting there like reading books and working in his lab and stuff and acting all nerdy, but when he needs to throw down, like he'll throw down. So
can we add like he phases through dimensions and he kind of like buffers through dimensions?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Chris the Barbarian fading through dimensions.
buffering through dimensions.
Buffering through dimensions. Okay. Sean, what do you got for us? Let's round this out.
I have a question.
Sure.
Actually, is the character allowed to have a pet of any sort or a ride of any sort, like a horse or something like that, or not so much?
I mean, right now we don't have any rules. This isn't for real, so you can do whatever you want.
So what I'll do, and it's funny because here we are doubling up a bunch here. But yeah, I targeted Barbarian because that's Noble Bear and all that stuff for me, plus He-Man, Conan, and all that. But I like the idea that my Barbarian would also have a dragon with him.
Oh, okay.
And he rides the dragon.
Can I
go for it? Whatever you have to help me.
Just make a suggestion? There's a class in Fizban's Dragons book that's called the Drake Warden. That a dragon pet is actually part of your class.
I'll do that then. That's cool.
And it grows with you. You get to pick what kind of breath weapon it has. It's a ranger.
Yeah. I can deal with that because ranger was my second
subclass, but
the ranger was my second option. Because I was like, should I do barbarian or ranger? But I kind of just like the idea.
As a barbarian, right? Like your background can be like a barbarian. You can come from like a barbarian tribe, but your role, your class would be a ranger.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that he would have like found this baby dragon that maybe the rest of its family or its or if it's a tribe or whatever you want to call it have been like killed by hunters or poachers or something. And so he has this dragon, and it's like their family at this point because they look after each other and all that. But I think my barbarian / ranger, he's going to be the kind of person though where he doesn't really want to fight because he's tired some days. He's just freaking annoyed about things sometimes. So then he just looks at the dragon. The dragon goes to work, and he's just like, good boy, and then he's that guy where it's like he'll get in there and he'll fight and he'll get some aggression out. But when he really gets mad, he's just like, "Oh, just go get him. We got this."
I'm glad you got a fire-breathing dragon because I'm gonna need a light sometimes.
Well, there you go. I can help you with that too. See,
who else is gonna light my bowl?
So, Jesse, if you were to now round out the team, based on looks like we got 2 paladins, a ranger, barbarian type, a bard. What would you round this out with if you were to create a character to make this a 6-person group?
Oh, if I'm a character in the party,
yep. Yep.
With this group of knuckleheads, I'm probably going with a halfling rogue.
Okay.
If we're playing in Mythos, it's a fuzzmonk rogue.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So now, based on what we have here, because like we don't have any wizards, we don't have any warlocks, we don't have any clerics.
I'm totally changing to cleric now.
Okay.
We're gonna need one.
Okay.
Yeah,
we got a paladin.
We did that.
Yeah,
it was
we got a paladin who's going to be on the front lines next to the barbarian and the dragon. I'm going to go life cleric, just because I feel like we're going to need.
And then I'm just going to sing about it.
We have a lot of personality in this group, which means we're probably going to get in a lot of fights we shouldn't get in.
Yeah,
we have Curtis.
If I'm not playing my,
we're going to get into fights for sure.
Halfling fuzzmonk rogue, I might play one of my 2 current characters is a female fighter rune knight, playing from kind of a nomadic. She's not a barbarian, but she comes from a more remote area, so more barbarian lifestyle. And the rune knights are pretty sweet too so far. So
okay.
Yeah, the rune knight, that's actually a really good class. We had I played in a game where was it the Tuscadon, the elephant people? Yeah, a friend of mine played an elephant person rune knight, and he kicked a ton of butt.
Oh, that's fun.
We got to make it live like this. I never did this. I'm so down for this.
Yeah,
can't just stop it here.
It would be fun if only we found somebody that could help run this.
See, I'm not taking the bait for that, Curtis. I heard you trying to set me up for that. I've clearly given my information, and I have not.
It does sound like a lot of fun, though.
I have not come up short on my promises yet because it is not next year yet.
It is not. We got Destination Stone jumping in saying they would want to be a kobold cleric. I'm not sure which of the couple that is, or if they're working together as one person. But there you go.
2 kobolds in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So, question about my character, because I don't know anything about bards. Like, during an actual encounter, what does the bard do? Like do they fight?
Entirely up to you.
There's a lot of it depends on the path you want to take with the bard too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, because you've played Baldur's Gate 3, so like in that one you could pick Sword Bard, which is more of a melee, get into the fight kind of thing, or a lore bard is my favorite kind of bard. They good spells, a lot of variety. You get to pick spells from other classes. You can be a healer. You can use your songs to give bonuses to other members of the party. So it's more of a support class, I guess, to use
I'm not very supportive. I think I might need it.
I might need
You don't have to be.
You can confirm.
Have to be.
I don't think Curtis can be.
I don't know that I know how. I think I might have to change to like a drunken like an archer with a whole bunch of different arrows.
You know what? I see more of a drunken like magician or something. We're drunk and just throwing spells out. Like, boom, boom.
I feel
Yeah.
like no, I feel like Curtis would be a good
Yeah.
like a good drunken monk or brawler, you know, like
Yeah.
Where did the
I
drunk
wanna- I
thing
wanna
come
be-
from?
I want to be a.
What about
a
Curtis
dr-
makes you think drunk?
Yeah,
He's just
I
mean.
not-
He's not drunk.
no, just the no, because he said it. Because he said it. I don't think Curtis is drunk. I think he would have fun playing the
I
drunk Durgar at the bar.
Yeah,
That someone says something about little people, and he's like, "What'd you say?" and just like uppercuts him, you know, and just starts a bar fight before he even took a drink.
Drew
I-
Gardner can enlarge too, which I think
I
that would
wanna
be interesting as a bard too.
I
want
think
Get on
I
him
want
and then grow up.
I want to
But it
mostly
would be
use a bow
him.
and arrow, but I want to be to where I actually shoot better when I'm drunk. But I try to get the
God,
high
a
ground by like
functioning
climbing
alcoholic.
trees and stuff, and then I'm so drunk that I fall out of the trees. so,
I mean, you're gonna take fall damage.
yeah, yeah. That was it. Sean's like, I'm out. This is ridiculous. So this is that. Listen, without trying to go Jesse into doing something he doesn't want to do at this time, I will say this has been fun. So I could definitely see something like this having being very enjoyable. So
It will be. And
Yes.
you're not goading me into something I don't want to do. It's going to happen.
yeah,
Oh man.
It's just
So-
you know, it's just disappointing the people we have to say no to, because you know there's only 5 to 7 people at most will make a good party. After that, it gets
Well,
unruly.
we have 6. I mean, we don't really. Who are we missing? We're not really missing anybody.
Well, I'm not
as-
playing. I would be DM.
yeah. As far as the 2.0,
So we can get
crew,
Ryan. We can get Ryan in here, and that'll top it
Yeah,
off.
that
What-
2.0 crew.
Before
we
you
would-
get a hold of yourself, I have a list from the time we actually had this conversation. I have to work through first,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
and then it all just depends on timing and scheduling, which is the worst part about D&D.
Yeah.
Can I have a moment to speak D&D, like real talk D&D?
Absolutely, Joe.
So this isn't for Jesse. He's experienced. This is for the inexperienced players. Unlike a movie, see, I know already, and I'm not saying not to do silly things in the game because it can be a lot of fun. But when you do things in a D&D game, there's consequences. That's what Jesse's trying to say. Like if you fall out of a tree, your character gets hurt. So
No, I've got this feather fall thing that Billy's
silly.
talking about.
you don't though. So,
You don't start off with that. You might find
so
one.
yeah, so
or-
just I just want to preface the fact that having fun and being silly is cool, but sometimes it will cause you to die, like dead, you know. And we might
Yeah.
not be able to save you because we're low level characters. So I'm an old time grouchy role player, you know.
Sounds like
so
it.
sometimes there's yeah, thank you. Well, it just
This is gonna be
sometimes
interesting.
there's times to be silly and there's times to be serious during the games because of the consequences. So I don't want to discourage fun. Please have fun, but also keep in mind that if you pick a fight with, you know, the guy who's guarding the queen, he's probably going to murder us, and dying is not fun.
Oh, you
So-
mean if you're gonna fuck around, you're gonna find out? Got it.
Exactly. That's role playing. That's the reality of role playing.
Oh,
Like we picture
How I
things like
live
a
my life
movie.
out here. Okay, great. This is like
Right,
real life
right.
almost.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
it
so-
really kind of is. So much so that the dice decide a lot of things. So even if you have a really like great heroic moment where you're running in there to save the day, your dice might roll bad and you might just fail and flop on your face and be embarrassed. It happens a lot.
So
So
can I speak now? Can I have the floor?
absolutely.
As a very experienced person that's played Baldur's Gate, what I would retort with that, Joe, is that if I get into trouble or I have a bad roll, all I've got to do is reload a previous version of the game and continue. so I don't know where you're coming off with this consequences bit, because I've never experienced that. And
Yeah,
I don't
Curtis,
think that's true. So
there's
So
no
we need a
safe bet.
chronomancer wizard. Yeah, we need a chronomancer wizard to be like, oh, Curtis did it again. Let's run it back.
Oh, you want to mess with time? We can. If we mess with time, oh, I'll have fun messing with time.
Nice. Beautiful. You know, I was thinking about the whole Chris thing, like buffering and moving between dimensions. He could travel the multiverse, you know, and like end up in groups. Yeah, he ends up with different
Like
groups of us.
right in the middle of a big fight, he's ready for action. All of a sudden, he just starts buffering.
Yeah,
Fades out,
So
he ends up
and
with
it pops
this-
up when we're done.
Yeah,
in
Like in
D&D
full swing,
terms,
like, whoa! Did you see that?
he'd have the effects of displacement and blink on him at the same time. So
Mhm.
he's just
that'd be-
always kind of blurry
kinda
and
how it
moving
was on the
around
whole show.
unexpectedly.
Yeah.
So right. He's already ready to go.
Displacement and blink. Activate.
he'll be like that Bigfoot action figure that Joe was talking about. Just be blurry.
You just never see him right from any angle.
Oh, that'll work.
Jesse's gonna murder us. Just look at his face right now. He's thinking about every.
Oh no.
death.
If you guys get murdered, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
That's what Killer Jim
I
said.
want the characters to go on an adventure and have fun, but also take it serious. Not like seriously where like everybody's like, you know, like I don't want everybody to act like they're in the power of one while we're playing D&D. Certain moments, yes, not the entire game. But I also don't want everybody to act like they're in Thor Love and Thunder either.
Oh, I'm totally doing Thor Love and Thunder.
Just so you know, my paladin smoke comes out of him that makes the enemy laugh. So right before a battle, it just gets real smoky on the whole battlefield, and everybody just starts laughing.
Greg's
Yeah.
irresistible laughter. That's a real spell.
Courtesy of the Dragon Fire. There you
See,
go.
I'm there.
Puff
It works.
Magic Paladin.
Boom.
Yeah, in Critical Role, one of the main characters in the first campaign, for some reason, decided to jump off a cliff, like 1,000-foot cliff, and turn into a goldfish, and didn't make it into the river. They landed on a rock and died.
Ouch.
Fortunately, they were high enough levels; they were able to bring her back without a lot of problems. But you know, if they messed around too long, like you can only be dead for so long, and then the resurrection spells don't work. Yeah, so
That sounds more of a fuck around to find out if I ever heard one.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, what if you start out as undead, and so then you can't die?
Same player in campaign 3 is playing an undead character who actually died, and it took them like 3 or 4 episodes to get them back.
Oh, okay.
It actually makes it harder for us to bring you back if you're undead, because undeath and death are not the same thing. And if you die, we can't cast a res spell on you because you're undead.
Right. You might have to go in some weird pocket dimension and fight whatever is holding their soul captive.
I'll see Chris there.
This is the whole. He's only a little dead.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's only a
Chris
little
will be
dead.
buffering in and out of the
He's a
pocket.
lot-
dimension.
He's a lot dead. He's only a little alive.
Buffering.
But he's only a little alive in this weird place that you only have one way to get into.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to that in 2023. Or sorry, 2024. Are we starting it this
Are
year? or
you
next
dealing
year?
with the time thing already? Are you doing that already?
That
You
was
didn't
actually a
start yet,
slip.
man.
It was actually a slip, but
I
yeah.
think it's the time thing called age.
Yeah, that must be it.
Oh,
I am getting up there. I got a lot of gray here, so
I will.
yeah, I
say
grayed
this
out myself over
conversation
the
was
past 2 years.
Yeah.
What was that, Joe?
This conversation was a lot of fun though, so maybe a D&D segment on OffWorld sometimes. I don't know. I like talking D&D even if we're not playing.
I mean 2.0 we really don't have a Dooch agenda. So, there's nothing saying that we couldn't do something like that on 2.0.
We don't have a Dooch agenda on regular show anymore because you took over.
That's
Boom.
That's true. We still have normal segments, though. We usually have like a topic of conversation and kind of thing. So,
Yeah, because
but
you bully us all into talking about something. Hey, we're talking about this week. Yes, no. All right, Curtis.
I think we know who in the party is the one that gets us into the bar fights the most. I'm just
all
saying.
the time.
Yeah.
Just like real life, I'm a bouncer.
Yeah.
The Paladin comes in and
Well, I
breaks
mean, hey,
everything up.
Luke started a bar fight being polite, so
Yeah, true.
all right, we'll talk about it though, Joe.
Curtis.
It has some merit. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I was just
we
going to
might-
say Curtis is totally the one getting us in fights. I 100%.
Oh yeah,
see
of
that.
course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course. Fuck. I just noticed we keep the Valiant Knight at our desk, and this is normally my wife's computer, but I use it for when I'm on YouTube, which is pretty much every day. So it's as much my computer as hers. But we keep the Valiant Knight here. We put it in different poses, and we just like I'll put it in a pose, and then she'll put it in a pose. So I just look down and I see the Valiant Knight. I don't know what kind of news he got, but he got some sort of letter. And he's like not happy about it. I don't know if he just found out that he got a bill or something, or like I don't know, but he's not happy about it. So
That's awesome.
I just chuckled when I looked at him. So, Jesse, we talked earlier about kind of figures that really impressed us this year. Obviously, we're all Legions fans, so there's a lot of those. And we talked about, we got all the cosmic figures so far this year. Like there was no cosmic before this year, and the figure obscura and stuff like that. Was there anything Legions or more specifically non-Legions that came out this year that you were really impressed with? If you were putting a kind of a list together of top toys of 2023 that you'd want to call out?
And I'd really have to go back and look at everything that came out this year, because it feels like this year just started and has also been going on for 6 years in and of itself. So
yeah,
I don't even remember what came out anymore. But non-mythic, I would say the NECA Alf.
Yeah,
And some of the Gargoyles figures would probably be on that list. And I don't get a lot of stuff outside of Legions, and I don't know if any of the Marvel Legends or Hasbro Mattel stuff would make it onto the like a top list for me.
We did have Greg mention the 97 Wolverine from that. We did have people talk about Alf and the Gargoyles. Monkey King was this year, so that was a good one. Sean brought up the Battle Cat from Mondo, which is just a monstrosity that is amazing. So
it doesn't look very valiant, Greg.
His eyes are chinky already.
Duh. Why do you think his eyes look like that? This is perfect. This is perfect fit right here. You know something? Look, now the more you look at him, the more you see it. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Now you don't take a picture with that unless he comes with that flask. So
Did you just call that a flask?
Well, that's what it was in Trevor's picture. I was making fun of Trevor, but that's fine.
Oh.
I know what it is.
It's not a titty.
Yep. So what else, guys? Anything else? Anything you guys are watching or want to discuss?
Did you want to talk more about a lot of these Super 7 things going on deep clearance?
Sure. You got some insider info for us?
He might have to type it in
No.
so we can
No,
hear it all.
What you got for us, Chris?
No, it's buffering back in from the other dimension.
Oh, I got to change my internet. No, I'm just frustrated. I paid full price for all of them, and now they're all $20.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
yeah. I don't.
It sucks.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if it's just people canceling pre-orders and they have too many, or if they just really overproduced them. I'm not sure what happened, because it's not like, I've seen a lot of it on Big Bad Toy Store, but I've seen them cheap at other places too. So it's not, I don't know that it's a Big Bad Toy Store problem. It seems like it's a just too much quantity in general problem. So I don't know who's to blame or what's going on. The fact that I got this huge Monstar at $50, I'm not going to complain about. But the fact that I bought all these other ones at full price and now I could have got them cheaper, that would have been cooler.
What's the other ones that you could have got that you didn't?
All the other Silverhawks the Monstar was.
Were they all on sale?
They've had a lot of them on sale, yeah. And then the Turtles, I had a bunch of the Turtles that I paid full price for that have been on sale, like the Ace Duck. I think I saw for like $25 at one point. The Leatherhead was on sale. They had those the little Mousers. They had the Mouser kit, like 5 of those for $19.
Wow.
Dude, that's ridiculous. Like, if you want to army build those, like, that was a great time to do it. So, but it's Joe.
What
called alchemy, you hooligans?
What I think actually happened is, I think people saw Curtis's reaction to the vac metal.
Yep.
And decided they were done. Or maybe they just heard the vac metal was coming and decided to stop ordering stuff because stuff had been so long delayed.
No, I think it's the first one. I'm kind of a big deal in this community. Yeah, I've heard that from me. So
yeah, you're all over the Super 7 fan boards.
I actually am in a bunch of the Super 7 fan boards. And I do like their stuff. I just, I was irritated by Lion Flynn, but like this Monstar is fantastic. Like the fact that it's making me take my $100.
Can we talk about anything else besides Monstar? We get it. $50. It's fucking amazing. Can we just fucking let it go?
I'm just saying, like, my ramen one is going to go away now. Like, and I didn't think that I would ever do that, but yeah. Curtis is in it. Well, and the other thing is they're doing
just boil that one
of these.
And put like a flavor packet in it.
I don't know.
Did you hear the backstory on what happened with ramen and Super 7 with that toy line?
I did not. I just know that at one point they were able to do the figures, and they had even the Super 7 logo on their packaging. And then I heard that they couldn't do them, but they were still going to do them, but they were going to call them something else. But then I haven't seen anything else come out. So I don't really know anything more than that.
I listened to an interview with the guy from Ramen Toy, and essentially Ace. Yeah. Essentially, it sounds like Super 7 was just stopped responding to his emails for a year.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had the second figure in production. And it got to the point where he was like, "Hey, I have your license, royalties. Where can I send the money?" And no response. He ended up reaching out to Brian again, and Brian's like, "Why don't you keep the money and don't make them anymore? We don't actually have that license anymore." So he kind of left him hanging, and I guess they were already 2-3 more figures in development when they found that out. So that's why he's going to, kind of rename it and put his own spin on it.
Gotcha.
He had already spent some money tooling it and
getting ready.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden your internet is fantastic. So whatever happened,
he buffered in all the way.
He finally got
the whole
there.
Damn show for him to finally buffer in. It's kind of how he's going to be in a D&D game through the whole journey. He's going to buffer right through that shit until we win. And right when we fucking beat
He's
the
gonna
boss,
show up for the
and
celebration.
we win.
Yeah.
He's gonna zoom. He's gonna
Did
pump
we
it right
win,
in, like,
guys?
Here I am. We got this. We did it. I was rooting for you.
It's like Louis Tully showing up at the art museum at the ending of Ghostbusters 2. I'm with you guys.
Yeah. He's gonna show up at the Ewok celebration at the end of Return of the Jedi and be like, "We won! Like, where the hell were you?" Like, yeah.
He's a force ghost off to the side that we nod at.
Oh, that's great.
You were there in
You know
spirit,
what's
Chris.
really
We
funny
love you.
about this is that I use that the image for this. It says version 2 loading, and it's got like this bar loading. That was Chris during the whole episode. he was just loading until now. We just finally got him.
I have a feeling
wait.
a couple
started
Xboxes
buffering
that
again.
turned off their Fortnite upstairs.
Oh, there he is.
They were supposed to be asleep, but I have a
Yeah.
feeling that they were not asleep.
He was getting Fortnited by the kids. That makes sense. Yeah, the whole Ace thing with working with other lines is kind of weird anyway. But then the Super 7 thing where they had the license, and then I was hearing they didn't have the license, and then they do have the license again. Yeah, it's a bunch of weird stuff that kind of went on with that. But I mean, they said that they're coming out with new waves, but I haven't seen anything else come up yet. So I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Hey, did you guys see those little Fraggle Rock figures?
I did not.
They're really
The
cool.
boss fight ones?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
those are cool.
saw him at PowerCon. He had the little bulldozer there, and then George just brung it in. He bought them from Chubsy Wubsy. And man, those things are so freaking cool.
That's cool. I did see the Care Bears ones that they just started showing. Is that's Super 7, isn't
those
it?
Care Bears are cool, but they'll never be as cool as this one.
That is a pretty cool Care Bear, that's for sure. So yeah, those, I don't know, those Care Bears are pretty nice looking. So
yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Jesse, you got the D&D cartoon figures?
I did from Ollie's, and they were on sale at Target. I got all of them except for the 2-pack. That's the only one I haven't found on sale.
Yeah, I didn't get the 2-pack, and I still got to get those 3 from Target.
I'll probably
I'm missing those.
I'll probably use them to customize into something. I'm probably not going to keep them as is.
Gotcha. How many were broken when you opened?
Sorry. How many were broken?
Two.
Oh, really?
See, I've got them all. I've got them all now. I bought all of them. I got the last ones on Black Friday from Target, but I'm not an inbox collector. But so many people have been saying that they're broken right out of the box. I can't decide if I want to open them or just display them in box.
You can't see anything in the box.
That's
what are you
the point.
displaying in the box?
I'm displaying the box because the toys are broken.
Yeah, you're not displaying the broken figure because the joints are so skinny.
Right.
Like I literally opened was it the Archer and Presto the Magician, and the first Archer I got, his wrist just like, I didn't even articulate anything. I just opened the baggie and his hand fell on the floor.
Oh, boy.
And same thing with Presto the Magician. I opened him up. I even took a hairdryer to the baggie before I opened it up. Yeah. And his leg just came loose in my hand when I was hitting with the hairdryer. So
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Billy says Care Bears are not Super 7, they're Megalopolis, which, by the way, did you guys know that Megalopolis is Premium DNA? Like, they're the same company?
There's a cabal for that sometime.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Yeah, same company. Speaking of the cabal, I wouldn't be able to finish the show without mentioning that there is a really good raffle going on there in the cabal. Check it out. It's got a couple days left. It ends Sunday for Toys for Tots, so it's for a really good cause. There's a ton of prizes. There's like 45 prizes, including gift cards and figures and custom figure sets and painted figures by a lot of artists in the community. A lot of stuff in there. It's $10 a ticket. You can buy as many tickets as you want because it's for charity. last I heard, they were at like $3,500 raised for Toys for Tots, which is awesome. I know they're trying to get to 4,000. 5,000 would be even better. So yeah, if you're in the Cabal, check it out, throw some money towards it. Like I said, it's for a good cause and good time of year and a good community event going on there. So
that ends Sunday.
It ends Sunday at 7, and then the wheel Eastern, and then the wheel will be at 9 Eastern in the Cabal. So I'm not sure how he's doing the wheel. I know, like when Jesse and I did it for the Painted Up, like because we had so many prizes, we didn't do it like elimination style where we removed names. We actually spun like for each prize. So I don't know if he's planning on eliminating names until he gets down to 45 and then doing it by prize, or if I'm not sure how he's going to do it, but I do know he's going to go live at 9 p.m. Eastern to draw out the winners. So yeah, jump in that and throw some money towards a good cause. So,
and you guys are changing the time of your show on Sunday?
Yeah, we're going an hour earlier. So we're going 7 Eastern on Sunday, so that we'll hopefully be finishing up right about the time that Cullen's kicking off. So we got Kent this week from Kent Pool Collects. So
I'm gonna have to set an alarm to remember.
There you go. I could send you a PM beforehand and let you know.
The change from 6 to 5 has just killed me. Like I cannot remember that you guys are starting an hour early.
Trust me, it's affected me more than anybody. there's been a couple times where Jesse's had to message me and be like, are you coming? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm an idiot.
And I only even do that because he does that to other people for other shows.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm not like, I'm not complaining. Like, because if you those couple times that you have messaged me and asked me if I'm coming, if you hadn't, I wouldn't have been there. Because
it was like 2 minutes before showtime. Like I gave you plenty of time.
Yeah. So I did that to Chris right before this show because we had everybody else in and Chris wasn't here. There was 2 minutes left, and I'm like, "Are you coming?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in an hour when my chick gets done buffering." So
that was me trying to get them off of freaking Fortnite and going to bed.
Good stuff. So that's where you put a password on it and you don't tell them what the fucking password is.
Wow. I think we're going to do that.
All right.
Did you guys know if you go to Store Horseman and click on apparel, it gives you the listing for their stuff at Retro Rags Limited, but it seems like I found more on this listing than I do when I go to Retro Rags Limited itself.
Really?
Yeah, because like the Horseman, like the wing skull logo, like the Horseman, like on the package, that logo is on a shirt, which I've never seen available before, but I know people have had it, but I've never been able to find it on Retro Rags. And there's like new, at least new to my eyes, versions of the faction symbol shirts. Yeah, so
interesting.
Sorry, I'm getting ready for tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're fine. What's tomorrow morning? Is there something going on?
Did you not talk about this?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. We had a good discussion about it. So
I tell you, man, I'm really excited about this drop.
Yeah. The figure
I wish I could talk.
Fun.
I wish I could talk more about it. I'm gonna have to hop on the show next week and talk about it because it's gonna be very special.
I understand you can't talk about it now, so instead of that, would you rather talk about Monstar? We can have that conversation, or no? That's all right. Beautiful. Billy says there's also a new fan logo for Etheron, I believe. So
it's not just for Etheron. Take a look at it. It's all the Legions of Light.
Oh, are you able to share your screen and show us some of the awesomeness that you're looking at?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Beauty.
I didn't even see this. This is new to me too. I mean,
well, while Jesse's doing that, one other thing that I wanted to make mention of is we did pin a post in the Cabal for customizing studio on Sunday. We're going to do it 1 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully it's a weekly thing going forward, but because there's no rooms anymore, we have to do it as a call, like a group call. So if you're interested in doing that, if you're working on diodes or painting or whatever, let me know and I'll add you to that group. And, then when the call goes out on Sunday, then you'll get it. So, okay. So what are we looking at here?
It's not letting me zoom in.
Okay.
It's not Etheron. It's got the Etheron symbol in the middle, but it says Etheron, Xylona, Leodicius, Basilia, and there's elements of different things in.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a different in the logo.
So it's the factional light, basically.
Yeah, so I mean, it's got like the eagle is definitely the Etheron eagle, but there's other elements to it. It's not just a straight representation of the regular Etheron eagle, and of course, it's mimicking the Ramones.
Ah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we got Shane's toy samples just jumped in. So hey, appreciate you jumping on.
Hey, Aaron.
Let's see.
Here, let's see. Let me see.
I got 3 of those the Tusk shirts from Retro Rags. Those are really cool. I love that Tusk logo.
Yeah, the burgundy ones. I got one of those from PowerCon.
So the Legions Con 23, some of those are still available. I think those are limited quantities. So once they sell out, they're gone. You got your Mask of the Red Death, Ox Crew, the different Monkey Kings.
There's that Tusk one, the one in red.
These were the ones I was just talking. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's badass.
These are the ones I'd not noticed these before, where it's like the smaller version of the symbol with the faction name under it. I've not seen those.
That's cool.
Oh yeah,
and they've got one that kind of, what do they call those shirts? Like 10, 15 years ago that looked like all the weightlifter guys would wear.
I don't know. I've never been a weightlifter.
Nah, like it would be more like down lower on the shirt. Affliction, yeah, Affliction. That's what I was thinking of.
Jesse's brain was buffering.
This one I've seen it, but I've never seen it on the Retro Rags site.
Oh, I've got that one.
Yeah, it's a cool one. Whenever I've looked for Horseman stuff on Retro Rags, I can never find that shirt. But now that I know I can order it through
what's
Retro
that
Rags
Xylona one?
Site,
can you click on that one?
It's Xylona's Flex.
Xylona's Flex.
It's like it's like a weightlift. It's like a weightlifting. Yeah, someone was doing like gym. Like I forget. There's at least one or two other ones.
That's funny.
Where they're like fitness based, kind of jokes.
I want to get my girl the House of the Noble Pooh Bear shirt for Christmas. That's
yeah.
I gotta get one of those too.
Like here's this Alithia one that looks like
the
Queen Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Queen.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I think they got a couple of Emil's designs on there too, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the bottom here, there's some more. Yeah, there's the Pooh one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Pooh one.
And
hell yeah.
Patches. We don't need no stinking patches.
Where'd it go? I thought I saw the one with some of Emil's art, but maybe I scrolled.
Yeah, it was above before you got to the patches.
Man, if I had a denim jacket,
it's right above the
patches
one.
would be
I think it's those two, right? That down one, like that's the Fallen.
I definitely want that Pooh Bear. I'm
That
100%
fallen one
getting
is
that Pooh
one of the
Bear.
meals.
Oh, Fawn. Okay, yeah. I sorry, I was looking for his like art, like drawing artwork.
Hmm.
I'm after
Yeah, the fallen.
the main guys over there and be like, hey, when you're sending us some shirts, send me that Pooh Bear too.
There you go.
Save on shipping.
Maverick says the Pooh one is funny. Maverick, it's past your bedtime. Come on, go to bed.
Maverick's up at this time? Come on, son.
Yeah.
Maverick,
He's
you're
talking
an adult. You can do
delirious. He
whatever the
doesn't know
heck
what's
you
going
want.
on.
Since when is Maverick an adult?
Adult?
Yeah.
What is he, like 19 and a half?
He's still at the
Look,
age
he
where you
spent
count the
time
half years.
on his own in another country. He's more of an adult than I am. Yeah, here we go. This is what I was thinking of. This one. This is the Emil shirt I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what
that's
I was
cool.
looking for.
Snag's a cool figure too. Oh yeah. The cartoon logo one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like the Clash
That
of
one's
Legion.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing about this site is that I'm finally starting to get into the sizes where I can use these shirts. Because I was never able to fit in the retro rag shirts. So
Hey, listen,
I got to get some of these.
You keep doing your thing, man.
I'm trying, man. I'm from surgery. I'm down 70 pounds. So
good shit. Yeah, keep
Yeah,
going,
that's
man.
awesome.
Keep going. It's the after surgery that's the biggest part of the whole procedure. You know, I told you I had friends that did it, and some did very well and some not so. But you got to stay on it. Don't just because you see major changes and be like, oh, I could take a little break. Now there's no breaks right now. You got to keep grinding it out until you get to that level.
Yeah, it was interesting because like I had folks come up and talk to me at Legion's Con that I had never met before, and they were just asking me like how I'm doing since surgery and like how things are going and stuff. So that was really cool. So yeah, and it's been going well. Like man, my wife says I don't snore anymore, and so I think like my sleep apnea stuff has gotten a lot better because like I can sleep 6 hours now, and I feel more restful than when I used to sleep like 10 hours. So yeah, it's night and day difference. So yeah, it's going well.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, exercise and keep moving, man. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, and keep drinking your water, man. That water,
water is everything. You should be drinking close to 3 gallons a day. I mean, not 3 gallons, a gallon a day.
Yeah, 3 gallons.
I was gonna say, good lord.
So I do.
Greg over here trying to drown
day.
all of us.
Hold on.
I think water is actually poisonous at that
point. 3 liters. Yeah, I do 3 of these, which is a liter each. So
3 liters is a big difference than 3 gallons.
I know. That's why I made a mistake. I said I made a mistake. I made a motherfucking mistake.
You can't count the bong water. That doesn't count towards it, right?
I haven't smoked since 9 o'clock. All right, this is what you get. This is
oh no!
This is the kind of Greg you get at this point.
Did you know
somebody out there in chat drinking 3 gallons of water?
Right I'm about to buffer out like Chris right now.
He's just chugging gallons of water and just peeing right into the toilet at the same time.
He's about to turn into Bowser and turn off the lights and just start lighting up.
Now, yeah, Greg, being as tall as you are, 3 gallons might be appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, a little over a gallon will be fine. But yeah, try to drink at least a gallon a day. That's really important.
There you
go. Remember a couple years ago when it was like 8 glasses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like every couple years they just use a different
Well,
scale.
they say that by the time you're thirsty, you're already dehydrating.
Yeah. My doctor told me they want me to have 64 ounces a day. So I got this container that holds 64 ounces. Nice. And it's got a little like motivational messages as you get through it. So I just got to finish one of these every day. So yeah.
Well, 64 ounces isn't even 2 liters. So
yeah. Well,
Got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
That's what they told me to get, and that's what I'm gonna have. So I tell you what, before all this journey, man, I probably wouldn't even have 8 ounces in a day of water.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not because I was drinking other
you're
stuff.
You're drinking about a half a gallon a day. That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I've never been a soda drinker or anything like that. But I just wouldn't drink anything. Like I just didn't hydrate at all. And it makes a huge difference. So
I drink a lot of water, but there's always coffee in it.
There you go. That works too. Beautiful. Prince collection says they just keep adding a glass each year until people statistically were less dehydrated. So you need to drink 5 gallons a day. You need to drink 10 gallons a day. Gotta love it. All right. Well, anything else, guys? Anything else you guys want to talk about? If you do,
I didn't know that was a thing. You can actually get water intoxication.
Oh
yes, you can. You
can get drunk off of water. Yeah.
There was actually a giveaway on the radio when the Wii came out, the Nintendo Wii, and they had it that you were supposed to drink when the DJs told you to drink, and you couldn't go pee. So this woman actually throughout near the end of the contest was complaining about stuff, and then she ended up dying afterwards because she didn't go to the bathroom, and she wanted to win this thing, and it was a gag, but it was because she got water intoxicated by the end of the contest, and it really messed up. So it's no joke.
In moderation.
Yes.
Too much of anything will kill you. Yeah.
And I've also
humans are fragile.
I've also heard that if you have too much water in your system, your skin can go mildew eventually if you're going crazy with this. So, just like Joe said, moderation.
See what I would do,
drink water.
How are we still alive?
I don't know. Let's say that I drank
because we're
humans, not us.
Yeah, if I drink enough water to where I died.
There's a lot of humans out there, and a lot of them do die that you don't even hear about. So you'd be surprised how many people actually die from some of this shit.
No, I know, but just as a species in general,
because we're like roaches, man. We multiply, so there's a lot of us. We can't just die off. Some humans actually make the right choices.
I'll tell you one of the quotes from George Carlin that I think about all the time. He says, just think about how stupid the average person is, and then realize that half of them are stupider than that. That's pretty bad.
Yep.
Because my job with me in car sales.
Yeah. Because if I drank enough water that I killed myself, what I would do is I would just go back to a previous save point, and I would load that game, and then I would be back. Like it's not that difficult. You just got to make sure you keep saving often, So
there's a reason that we have a society, a society. It's like the cream is supposed to rise to the top. The people that can make good decisions are supposed to take care of
this is a family show, not making a family show.
Oh,
we already had that joke earlier where I said Curtis is leaving one in every town. So,
yeah,
with D&D.
Yeah.
Cream in his crop.
I've never been healthy my whole life, so I can't give anybody any advice. So.
You got me with that one, Jesse.
All right, that's it. I don't ever have to come back to a show.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate everybody being on. This was a lot of fun. Let's go around real quick. Anybody got anything going on? I'll start with Jesse. Any place that people can see you or anything that you want to promote that we need to know about?
Absolutely nowhere. You can find me nowhere, and nowhere being here every Friday night to some extent. Sunday nights on Shooting the Shelf with Curtis. What else? Mythic Minute in the Cabal. I've got a Patreon. If you happen to be in Central Pennsylvania, you might find me.
You got you're working on something for the Toys for Tots, right? What do you got going on for that?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 kits, a dwarf kit and a skeleton kit to go with Ilgar and the Deluxe Legion Builder Dwarf. We'll hopefully have those finished tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Sean, what about you?
Well, we did our bi-weekly Legends of Grayskull this week, so that should be out on the podcast apps and stuff. Hopefully it was today or something. If not, it'll be there probably over the weekend, and be back next Wednesday, next Friday, as the song says, and as Curtis demands it. So yeah,
that's true. Jesse, we got a thing tomorrow, don't we? Don't we have a Legions class tomorrow?
I don't think it's a Legions class. I think it's just Oz getting on, and he was asking anyone to jump on with him.
I thought it was a Legions class thing tomorrow. Okay.
I don't think it's an official Legions class, but I did want to point out just again for anyone watching, Shooting the Shelf this week is at 7, so we can get in and out before Cullen runs his wheel at 9. And we'll announce it Sunday night, but make sure you definitely tune in next week. We have a very special guest from Four Horsemen Studios joining us that doesn't do a lot of the shows, so we'll have a really great chats with them next week. So make sure you turn in to find out who that is on Sunday night.
Beautiful.
I'm about to find out Wednesday
or afternoon, Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
4 o'clock Western, Pacific time.
Joe, you got anything going on that people should know about?
No, I just sit around and wait for you guys to invite me. So,
well, you were just on Dorklayer stream yesterday, right? So if anybody hasn't checked that out,
so if anybody wants to watch that replay, I did pretty good.
You did awesome.
Yeah. I'm also on Oz's Toy House stream every other week.
Oh,
so
nice.
Twice a month I have to travel to a neighboring state, and I can't be on it because I have to go to sleep at like 6 p.m. But yeah, I'm on every other week. So anybody wants to jump in on that, they've got a pretty fun chat there and stuff. So I'm just there preaching Legions to all those darn Masters of the Universe fans. So
there you go. That works. Yeah. Greg, what about you? You got anything going on that people should know about?
Just tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, tune in to the drop. That's where it's at. And next Friday, I'm gonna crash this place again.
Beautiful.
And yeah, and that's about it, man. And if anybody's looking for a car, come check me out.
You want to slip any more titties in there? Or are you good? You done?
Oh, come on, guys, leave it alone.
Hey, man, he got his fill in earlier, I think. So
hold on.
I'm guessing he's got a custom. Oh, okay.
No.
I thought it was gonna be maybe one of those 3D printed ones.
From the side. Titty from the side.
There you go. You got your points with your buddy, so you're good now. Chris, you got anything that people should be aware of going on?
Yeah, can't wait to see them all posting the "Nobody cares what you didn't buy" Cabal tomorrow.
Yep.
I'll be looking for those posts.
Yep. So if you're not buying the Figure Obscure tomorrow, or if you're not buying anything else, jump in the Nobody Cares What You're Not Buying Cabal, and you can shout out to the void. So beautiful. I got nothing other than just trying to be on a show every day, to be seen and hope that somebody loves me. So that's it. Jesse,
we love you, Curtis.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for jumping on after D&D. We always appreciate you. You make everything better when you add a little Jesse to it. So thanks a lot.
It sounds like a threat.
No. And we will see you guys all next time on the OffWorld.